Who's here so far? Who's here so far? I'm trying to get my little intro going. I can't get it going. Right. Hi, Ranchi. Hiya. Hiya, everybody. So, I'm going to sort my little boxes out. Hi, Paul. Hi, Paul. To you. I see you, Paul. Where is Geraldine? So let me get the people in. Right, right, I need to get the people in dinner. My people. No, we don't want to do no battles. Sorry, don't do battles. Right, Geraldine, you're here. Right, pick up. Get a box. Get a box. There you go. Ranchi. There's you three coming up. Paul, do you want a box? Paul, do you want a box? Not yet. Okay. Rangi. Well, I can't remember how to say it. You know the girl I'm talking to. The girl that I was talking to today. I've invited you into the boxes. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, everybody. So, if you can all repost and do the likes on there, the likes are free. Repost it out to everybody.
Hi, CPR. Hi, Eloise.
Louise?
Elise.
Eloise.
I thought you said Louise. I was like, what?
Hello.
Hello. Oh, is that who you meant, Stell? Rachie? I thought you meant Rangi.
No, Ringy. I can't remember. I've given. Yeah, there she is. There. Right.
Yeah.
So she's up. Let me get the boys in.
Hi, Rick.
They might want to ask some things. And oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly thought you meant Rangi. I was just like, oh dear.
No, you know who I meant.
Yeah. When she came up, I was just like, oh, Rachie.
Yeah, Rachie. Rachie, if you want to start, if you want to start by giving your story, I'm quite happy for you to do that. Because your story goes much further back than mine. Oh. Rach.
Rich is on mute.
You have to turn your mic off.
On.
Hold on, just got in a little bit and then I'll be on. Okay.
Okay. So Rach has got Rach can go further back than me on this subject. And today this subject is about Kane Heathers and Katie Stillings.
Oh, the Wexford crew.
The Wexford Bandits.
Dumber and Dumber then.
That's the ones. Preying on people to give them money. They've had PayPal's up, they've had GoFundMe's up, they've had lots of gifts given to them. They're pretending that they need help financially and supportive stuff, which is a load of rubbish.
Yeah, I'm on now.
Scotty.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to jump in and just say, yeah, nothing against Wexford Sunshine at all.
No, we love Wexford. Yes, Sunshine. Do you want a box? Scotty, go and get your people.
Hi, Scotty.
Mama.
So, guy, these two people have been calling, stealing all sorts of things. They're just absolute terrible people. They've been blaming every single council that they've been in contact with. It's never their fault. It's always the council's fault. The council are corrupt. I can hear Peppa Pig. She's not on here, actually, Paul. She's not here.
Yeah, sorry, my little boy's watching it. I do apologise.
Okay, thank you, TikTok. I know you're telling me things. Yeah, can we get all the likes up, please? It's free to tap the screen.
1, 2, 3.
Can you wait a minute, because I just want to get the people involved in this, and you can come up in a bit, Kena. No, your sister's here, but the sister was involved.
That must be find where George is hiding.
What's happening, guys? You all right?
Hi, Scotty.
Good evening, Scotty.
You guys are well? Mad Sally's here. Mad Sally is very intrigued for this because she has been vulnerably trying to help them in messages and stuff and giving them advice. So I let them know last night on a live video that what's going on, and that if they want proof, that, you know, come to this live. So Mad Sally's here. She wants to get well, she doesn't know half of this anyway.
Evening, Mad Sally.
Good evening,
An outline of what happened in England. So, Kane was with a woman who had a child, and we think he had 2 biological children with this woman, because he has said they're his children, and he had them all taken off the person. The person was eventually deemed mentally incapacitated and couldn't make her own decisions. The social services felt that the children couldn't be left in his care because he's a danger to children, and the woman involved didn't have the mental capacity to get help or whatever. You know, they felt she was in a vulnerable situation, so they removed the children. Ken then moved to Bradford, I think it was, and then he met Katie. Now, Katie had a lot of things going for her at the time. She had her own business that she was trying to start. She had 3 children. Jamie, who's now 15, and Rachel will help me out with this. I can't remember the other 2 young ones' names at the minute. Anyway, 2 younger ones. And
Yeah, sorry, I'm just jumping now. Yeah, there's one, I believe, who was around 15, 16.
yeah.
And then there's obviously HS, and Jaden, and sorry, I've just said names. I'm trying to be thing, but yeah, there's Jaden as well.
Jaden and Holly.
Yeah.
And take it from there, Rach, because you know what happened. You were there.
Yeah, well, obviously they got them removed because Kane come into the house. She was actually advised to basically make him leave the home by the local authority, which I believe she did, and he went to live with her father. But obviously when local authority turned up, he was there. But I do know at the time she actually lost her mum. Which, yeah, it's an hard time for anybody. You know, obviously it's your mum, it's your world. But then basically Kane was taking over childcare, i.e. taking them to school, doing the discipline, you name it, he was doing it. But at this point he was told to get away from the house, but she obviously didn't listen.
And then what happened?
Because I think what it is, I don't know, it's like pulling the wool over their eyes. And I'm not a stranger to social services. I did explain to you before. I've had obviously children removed, etc. One thing.
No judgment here, Rach, and on you, and that's your private business. You don't have to discuss that yet. We all have a past life.
Yeah, so yeah, she's been advised to have him removed, basically. To basically have him removed, and she never listens. Sorry, I've just got my little boy kicking off from just doing my bottle.
All right.
What are you doing? Oh, abs.
So basically, social services then removed the 3 children from the household. There was an incident where he threatened to unalive by putting his hands around the throat to the little girl, Holly, which I'm going to show you something in a minute. And the little boy, apparently he was smoking broccoli in the household, which he was not supposed to do around children. Well, you shouldn't be smoking around children, but that's another matter. And he said he was trying to cut down, come off at cold turkey. He lost his temper, and the boy swore. Little boy, he's only about 8, and he whacked him, but he said he only gave him a tap. And the boy apparently fell forward on a concrete step, hit the banister, the railing thing, and split his head. There was also other reports, social work reports, people were reporting to police and social services that they too themselves, right, were actually, they were just deadly together, right? They were arguing all the time, fighting all the time. There was DRs involved. He had a habit, and basically he started pulling Katie down and breaking her down bit by bit. She then got pregnant with his biological child, baby number 4. And then his words, and I'm going to read his words to you guys, right? And his words, is Coffee Cup here yet?
No.
I've shared the live to him. I don't think he is there.
Yeah, get him move on you two, because it's like 8 o'clock already. He texted Coffee Cup, which Coffee Cup has given me permission to read out these text messages.
Right, Coffee Cup on his way. I've just seen that. It's come up on my screen.
Yeah. And in the text messages, he admits that he actually done this to the child, but he said it was only a tap, and the child ended up with a big bruise on his face. There was a lot of DV between the 2 of them, not just one way, between the 2 of them. He admits to his habit. Rachel, do you know anything about that?
Were you talking to me there? Sorry.
Yeah, do you know anything about the DV or his habit?
Yeah, about the DV. Yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot. There's a lot. It's bad.
And was it both sides or just one-sided?
Both.
Okay. So Rach knows them from back home, by the way, everybody. This is why she's here. She knows them from back home, and she knows what they've been spewing out recently to get money off of people. And I don't blame these people, by the way. I'm not blaming any of these people, right? Sunshine's one of them. She thought she was helping a girl in need, yeah? A woman who needed. She thought she was helping that person.
Yeah.
Coffee Cup, don't block anybody. Just mute them if you need to, right? Yeah.
Hold on, I just get Coffee Cup.
And I said, what was I? I've just lost my train of thought now. What was I just talking about?
About people helping them and
Sunshine's helping them, you know, helping somebody out. You're told this narrative, you're told this story, you feel sorry for him, when in actual fact none of it was true. None of it. Yeah. She gave up her children in the UK. She abandoned them. She was they told her they're going to charge her with abandonment, and she's wanted questioning by the authorities for abandonment. So at 39 weeks, she decided to go to Southern Ireland. We're not sure in the circumstances of that, but there is a group of people over there who help families who have got trouble with the UK social services, unfairly treated by them. And you can go to Ireland apparently, and they won't be as intrusive as the one here. I'm not talking about social services today, by the way, because I know nothing about it. It's not something I should talk on. I don't know about these things. So, other people are in the chat here that can talk about that, not me. That can talk on that. So they had the first baby over there, and within a few months, it was taken off them. The reason given is that the child was at serious risk of physical harm. That's what the social services report said. Yeah, that the child.
Which child are you on about? Sorry, which one? The little girl in Ireland.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was removed straight after birth.
yeah. No, Ryan, the one she had when she went.
Oh, Rion, yeah. Sorry,
Rion.
yeah.
Rion. So Rion was removed after a couple of months, and the social services report said that a risk of serious, it says, and this is Tulsa that said this,
Yeah.
physical harm to the child. So the child was removed.
And they threw the word serious in there too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the child then went on. They went on to have a second child in Ireland, and she gave birth to that child on the 29th of January 2025, and within 7 hours of delivery, that child was removed from her. It was taken to a special baby unit, and it was tagged. It was in a locked baby unit and tagged because she made threats to kidnap the baby and take it away.
Yeah, if you're not speaking, can you mute up, please?
Oh, it's the baby. The baby's wanting his bottle.
Yeah, sorry, do you want me to mute it? I was just having it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm bringing this to the attention of everybody.
Tom Cruise, yes, the baby was. He started being removed from the hospital.
Right. So the reason I'm bringing this to the attention of everybody is because they too decided to launch an attack on me and on my character, and they have publicly posted things saying that I'm a PDF called Stephen something. Stephen Newman. They've gave a city. They've given, I got 14 years in 2012. Paul did the calculations for me, yeah, 2012, yeah. And I changed my name. And she's got proof of this. And this is the proof that she's been putting up. I'm just going to find the photos. This is what she's telling people happened.
Sorry for interrupting. She's actually done a new TikTok account today now saying it's KTK2, it's called, and it's on that as well.
Yeah, we know that.
Right, there you go. I hope you can see it all, everybody. So this is who she says I am.
And I take it that's not you then?
Of course it's not me.
That is a joke though, that's so bad.
Right.
It's what she calls proof.
Who have we lost?
Reggie.
We lost him.
Huh?
We've lost Elise.
She, Elise, okay. So she put this online. She's telling everybody that she's got the evidence to contact her. Well, several people have contacted her, and that's what she sent them. So, have I got this bloody picture?
Why do you want to hear it again, Tom?
Hold on. I've got so many on here.
You should have the report of the original guy that I sent you. That actually is in jail.
Right.
Okay, Stell, Tom Cruise wants you to show that again.
Yeah, I will do. Don't worry. We'll be sorting that out. Don't you worry about that, my little cruisy. I'm just going to send a picture to this phone. Yep, okay. This one here. This one here. Come on, hurry up.
Right, have you seen what Observer's written? I have got proof that's you, Stell, just for people that don't know.
Sorry, I missed that one, Paul. What was that, Geraldine?
Observer just says, have got proof that's not you, Stell, just for people that don't know. Proof that you're not this Steve.
Okay.
What's his face.
So let me see. Put this back up for you. There you go, guys. Let me duck it away. So this is what she's putting up and saying is me.
What we've lost to.
Yeah, now Rachel's gone.
Yeah.
She's got a young baby, so
I know.
yeah. So that's okay. She'll be around. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I can send all of these ones to myself in a second. Oh, I sent that one, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Oh, by the way,
In Stephen Newman, he was jailed in November the 21st, 2012. He's currently still in jail. He gets paroled if the parole board allow him on the 2026, November 26th. He's due for parole.
And you got just over a year left, Stell.
Yeah. I don't know how he escaped.
Yeah, neither do I.
So therefore, Stell, who is accusing him? KT and the other half.
Yeah, KT and K.
The new modern.
I'm trying to, but it's not doing it. It says the multi-guest feature is not working. For some
No, I
reason.
can't bring that lassie back up.
Yeah, when the live's paused, I don't think you can.
yeah, maybe it's because I'm paused there. Do it now.
All right. Are you still paused?
No.
Right, okay, it's done now. Okay, sunshine.
Now, I've been told not to do this, but I'm doing it anyway.
Oh, God.
Right? That one. What do you mean? Oh.
Have you not got the newspaper report for this, John Stephen Newman, that I sent you?
Coffee Cup, I'm going to come out and reboot because apparently I sound muffled, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. You don't to me, but no worries.
Okay, see you in a minute, guys.
Right. So, did everybody read that? Is everybody happy with this that she's put up?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, I really have to apologise in advance, everybody, because what I'm going to put up now, one of them makes me look like Alison Moye and the other one makes me look like Miss Piggy. I'm so embarrassed. Here's my passport, the one that's just ran from 14 to 24. Yeah? With my name on it. So everybody got that? 14 to 24.
Yeah.
Right? My older passport, my Alison Moye one, ran 3 to 13.
Behave, Richie.
Right? Same name. So I've never changed my name. How can I be this person? Right? Can I change it now?
You can tell they're quite literally clutching at straws.
Yeah. There's a picture of me and my husband. I don't know if you can see the full photograph because I can't see it with the thing. But there's actually a date on the bottom of that photograph.
Can't see the date.
Yeah, 2016, isn't it?
Yeah, can you see it then? Okay. I'll show you another one. I feel so embarrassed.
Well, you should. Who
You
goes
be
to
quiet.
Iceland, honestly?
And I'll tell you something else. That's, by the way, that's Iceland in Spain.
Well then.
That's an Iceland in Spain. In case somebody was like, really? Do they have Icelands in Spain? Yes, they do. There you go. So that was an Iceland in Spain. You've also won now.
I mean, I think the word supermercados actually gives it away.
Where's that other picture? This one here. Oh my God, look how big I am. So can you read that one for me, CPS?
I can see it, yeah. I can't really see when it was posted, though.
Oh, that was 12. No. It was before that. Can I pull it up? Let me see what date that was.
Yeah, I can see that was a screenshot or something from Facebook because there was likes on it.
Yes, so it was 2012 when I'm supposed to have been in prison. There's me in Primark trying on
A onesie.
a reproduction onesie of Bet Gilroy.
Well, there we go. We heard it here first. While he was in prison, he was in Primark.
I was in Primark. So, I'm on this tiny little device. I should have done it in the other one, really. Right, so enhancements. No, we don't want enhancements, do we? We want effects. And go here. Where are we going to go with this? So this is something that she put up to say was a non-disclosure for her partner. We have actually got the evidence of this. If anyone wants to take a screenshot, it's there, stating that he's not a danger to children, etc., etc. Well, I'm sorry, but you are. That's not what this letter says, and we don't even know who this letter is about.
And if you look at the letter carefully, you can see it's been copy and pasted in 2 places. It's not all an original letter. The top paragraph is a different shade from the rest, different paper.
Never noticed that before, to be honest. But yeah, now I'm looking at it. Yeah, definitely.
So just people that look at that, it's 2 different pieces of paper, doxed to look like something else. A cover up.
Rach, do you know anything about anything that he caused to any harm he's caused to your child?
Yeah, Jaden, he was out at the back door. I believe he was having a cig, and he said something, and he whacked the kid at the back of the head, and he belted his head off a metal bar rail, and had a really big black eye. He also threatened to strangle Holly, because she used to sit there and make a noise like going, wah, wah, you know, like sometimes kids do. And he basically turned around and said, oh, I could strangle her.
We've also got this picture.
Oh, is that him? Oh, wow.
That's Katie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's hit her. He's belted her loads. I've helped her out of that relationship twice. And within a few days, she got back with him.
So what Katie does is, people help her. She claims domestic DV, and then she tries to get the council to rehouse her. The councils in Galway, Waterford, and Wrexham were fed up of it, basically, because every time they get somewhere safe,
she lets him know where she is.
Yeah, she phones him up and tells him where she is, and I've got a house now for both of us.
Yeah.
Right.
And when she was pregnant with Aurora, the baby who was born, her first child who was born in Ireland, she left the UK at 39-week pregnant, which is mental. I'm sorry, but to move when you're 39-week pregnant to try and avoid the child getting removed, nah, it's going to happen because they talk to each other, don't they? Everywhere does.
Right, now Sally is asking why did she move to Dublin? She didn't. She went to Galway initially.
Right.
That was to stop the child being taken off them because they'd already had the other three removed, plus his
Yeah.
6 children that had been removed, which is why they went to Galway, not Dublin. I just thought I'd rectify that.
Observer.
She did, Turbo, at 39 weeks. She did.
Yeah, how we met, I will tell you the truth, my partner was on a MAZE programme, a domestic abuse programme, and that's how he met Kane. And obviously then I befriended Katie, and so I've known him for about 4 years now. And she needs to leave. The amount of times I've said, you need to leave, but they may as well talk to the door. What are you doing, Lily Mae? You follow?
The meeting will be held with Katie and Kane. So I can read it to you, and some of it I can show you, and some of it I can't, obviously, for obvious reasons. So meetings will be held to discuss with Katie and Kane what each needs to do to show that they are committed to making changes to the relationship that Ryan is safe and well cared for, so that reunification can proceed. The social worker will complete a statutory visits on Ryan and his placement to ensure that he's okay. And Tulsa, this is social services in Southern Ireland, by the way. Tulsa will contact services providing the parental capacity assessment to get information on Ryan being part of that assessment. And it says access visitations with Ryan to continue when safe to do so, with boundaries around access to remain in place. If everyone is not confident the safety plan is working, or if worries about Ryan's safety, then changes to the level of contact between him and his parents can't happen. Alternatively, different changes might be needed to ensure that he is always safe. Any issues that come to the attention of Social Services Department will be presented to Katie and Kane. Right? So, have I done it again? Oh, okay. Well, I'm trying to change it over, by the way. I don't know how to do it quickly, this one. Right. Has it done it? No, it's not done it. Switch to front camera. No, I want you to switch to back camera. That's it. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not changing. Or maybe because the effects is on. Right, let me turn effects off. Right, so you're off and change to back camera. Start again. Why is it not changing? Oh, for God's sake. Can anybody see it changing?
No, it's not changing.
Still in Katie's picture with the bruise.
Right, I've got turn green screen off and back on. There you go.
Right. So you got me back now.
Yeah.
Smile for the camera.
There you go. So for everybody, this is Tulsa. Make sure you read it all. Is it all clear?
Come back a little bit. Sorry.
So everybody can see it's an official report there.
If you want to know, Katie and Kane was actually giving this out to people.
It was given to us by courtesy of Kane.
Is everybody ready when they've read it? Screenshot it?
2 seconds and then we'll take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
1, 2. Time up, folks.
Okay, take it to the phone.
There's the mad woman, you know, the mad woman, Scotty's friend. Is she in the comments? Has she seen it yet? She read it?
Yeah, it's long enough, Stell.
Sorry, I don't know your name. Mad something. It's
Mad Tully, I think it was.
Yeah, Mad Sally. Yeah,
Mad
she's seen
Sally.
it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
right. So let me get to the next one, guys. Let's choose trustworthy adults, so you can see where it is.
That's the messages or what?
No, this is the thing still.
Right.
About the safety changes and the levels of. So I'm just trying to get what it says. If it's confident in the things. There's so many things on here I've got with the intimidates. Social worker complete statutory visits to Ryan and the foster parents, blah, blah, blah. The bit where it says that it's significant harm. I'll try and find it. Oh!
In their cases, the only time I've ever heard the word significant harm.
Yeah. So this is what she put up the first time, by the way, everybody. That was our first post.
You'll get hiccups again. I'm a little Richard. I can drink juice as quickly as I want to.
Yeah, someone's put, how did you get the paperwork? The reason is because whoever talks to her, she just sends you it.
They sent it unwanted. Nobody wanted it, but they sent it.
Yeah.
So, coffee cup, you quite happy for me to share these?
Yes, carry on.
Right.
What Stell is going to show you is messages I received from Kane himself and Katie.
Oh, wrong person. John, I've just been searching for the wrong person's messages.
They came to me and others to see if we could help them and asking questions. This is the replies I got. And with the information I got, there's no way I could help them because they had abandoned the children in the UK and went to Ireland. That is why I couldn't help them, and even the people I knew in Ireland couldn't help them either because they were classified as a flight risk.
Maybe we need to reiterate why Coffee Cup is involved. He was involved because of what he did. Do you want to explain what you actually do, Coffee Cup?
I sometimes help people at in difficulties with courts and stuff like that don't have a lawyer, and I set them in the right direction with a bit of advice so they can get the help they need to get into courts.
Thank you.
So this is what you sent, yeah? Kane, can you tell Coffee, in your own words, exactly what happened with the kids, right? I said to him. So it starts here. The document alleges that while Miss Stilling's older children were in the care of Mr. Heathers, they experienced physical harm. It actually said serious, but there you go. And it is stated that Mr. Heathers frequently shouted at and smacked the children and allegedly threatened to unalive one of them. An affidavit, so I'm going to move that up so you can all see that bit. An affidavit, claims that in June 2022, after the children were taken into care, Miss Stillings reported to the UK police that Mr. Heathers had threatened to unalive her daughter. Mr. Heathers allegedly admitted to this, saying he had lost his temper. It's also mentioned that despite these incidents, Miss Stillings later reconciled with Mr. Heathers. This is why the authorities won't do nothing to help these people, because everything they do, they end up back together again. But what's the point of spending all that money and time? There was an accident with JS He's talking here about the back door. It was on the bottom frame, and he swore. I gave him a tap in the back of the head, and he stumbled forward into the right and smacked his head on the handrail that was connected to the wall. Rach, was it a smack?
It was like a whack round back at head. So when you think about it, Jaden were only little, he were only tiny. So when you think about it, when someone hits you, it's going to knock you off balance, and you know you're going to belt. And you're only a little kid, a little skinny little thing, bless him. But she shouldn't even be hitting a child like that anyway.
And the sad thing is, the child fell out the back door into the railings.
Yeah.
So Kane and John, last two questions, reasons for going to Ireland, and this is the important part, yeah? So make sure everybody's got a picture of this. Reasons for going to Ireland, and it hasn't been any incident between you since arriving where a complaint or the police Garda has been involved. Well, that's not true, because we know that they were screaming at each other the other night in the town centre, and somebody bottled Kane.
The night as well, when she went into labour with Rion, the police actually turned up at the house when she went into labour, and the police took her out of the house. And
That's
the
true.
landlady, which lived literally next to him or underneath him, threw them out. That's why they're out. That's why they got kicked out of that house when she had Rion.
Yeah.
So it was because of the arguments. Sorry.
Yeah. So the reason for going to Ireland was listen to this. We wanted a fresh start away from all the bad memories. You have Irish roots, as your mum's side of the family were all Irish. We didn't want our baby to be forcibly adopted, and we knew that if we wasn't in the UK anymore, then they couldn't do that. I realised what their plan was when social work said to me in a meeting that our daughter was at risk of significant harm, which is what they use to put a baby up for adoption. And I didn't want Katie to go through that. And I didn't want to go through that again. So you were willing to abandon Katie's 3 children to social services in the UK just so that you could have your kid in Ireland. You're a good man, you are, aren't you? A really good man.
Yeah, selfish prick.
You. Right. Actually, there it says there, yes, there has been occasions when the Garda have been involved. They say twice involving me and Katie, and it was in November, and involving social services department. They were called as they had Katie shouting to me outside as she had a UTI and needed to go to the hospital. But just for clarity there, people, in case you don't know, but pregnant women often get UTIs. But there you go. In his own words, and he says the landlord called them saying that we had been arguing all day. The landlord can't be lying. Well, everybody can't be lying, really. They all say the same thing. The second time was when Katie went into labour. The landlord called them saying we had been arguing all day, which was a lie. When they said this, I told my partner is in labour. That's why there has been shouting and focused on getting the paramedics in to help her to the hospital to give birth. I heard nothing back from the guards. So there you go. I'm going to shut that down. I'll just turn it back to me. Am I back on yet?
No.
What's wrong with this thing? Yeah, it says full
There you
count.
go.
Yeah.
I'm back, everybody. Right. I wish I had my little light. Oh, here. Is that still working? I got this little lighty thing that I bought from TikTok Shop, by the way.
You're in your TikTok shop.
There he goes, sales spotter.
That's what I said. Here we go, TikTok shop.
Yeah. Not very. No, it's not very. I need to charge, probably. So there you go. Where was I now? I've lost my train of thought.
Did you find that post of the original guy that was in jail?
Name. I've always been called that name. I can even pull my. Do you know? I even found it yesterday. I didn't find my birth certificate, mind you, but I did find the What was it I was looking for the other day? Oh, do you know what? I've lost it again. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. It's here somewhere. I actually found my mortgage agreement recently. And I know these lot are going to give me into trouble for showing it, but hey. Oh, I've lost it again. I had it sitting here. I actually had it sitting here.
You know that
Richard.
post, the
Alexa,
original
overhead light on 50%.
Still, you know that post I sent you, the original post of that guy that's in the nick. Have you still got it?
Yeah. So
Can you show that, please?
Right, hold on. Right, every image you have shown has been only part as the full image wasn't visible, Stal. I'm sure Stal can sort something out with you later and send you copies.
Who asked for the copies of it?
Observer for YouTube.
Oh, yeah, Paul. Yeah. Paul, I actually sent a message in the backup too, if you want to have a look. Right, where is this guy? Where is this guy? Where did I find him? I might know if I actually sent it.
They're heading to Wicklow, are they? Scotty.
Sorry?
Scotty's just said they're heading to Wicklow.
Is that in the north or the south?
In the south.
They'll soon get word down there what they're like. Can run, but you can't hide.
Oh, for goodness sake.
That way you've shot.
Sorry, I forgot I was in this live video, man. And then there's me writing a response to you. Yeah, no, do you not remember? Shit, my TV's blowing. Do you not remember that they turned around last week and said that they've been told to go to Wicklow?
Yeah.
I don't think they've been told to go to Wicklow, but you've got to realise that Wicklow is the joining county heading more north. So I don't think they've been told. Why would anyone tell them to go? They're beyond help. No council is willing to help them. And house them or even put them into the freaking hostels anymore. So why would anyone tell them to go to I think that's in their own heads. They've given up on Wexford now and they're moving up to try. Anyway, I'll mute again, sorry.
That's all right.
If everybody looks carefully at that picture on the screen in the little box, that's the actual Stephen Newman, who's currently in prison.
And he looks older than I am now.
Says my vain little friend.
I look much younger.
Yeah, you do, Bumpkin, you do.
He looks much older than me.
And you're more gorgeous.
Yeah.
Who is this? Right, the guy in the background is the person that Prison Pratt are alleging is STELL, who's actually talking to you on the screen.
They're saying this is me.
The one in the background is actually at Her Majesty's pleasure at the moment. All right, hold on. You need to move picture over, Style. Can't see.
Can you enlarge the picture?
I can't move it on this one.
Picture bigger.
I can't move it. I can. Hey, bit right.
Try and enlarge it for these.
Right, everybody, talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Yeah, and I'm going to try and do that to the picture.
All right.
Yeah. Two pleasant people there, really, aren't they? Wouldn't you agree? And they tell everybody, the courses we've done for the DB and all that, they're working.
But do you know what? There's a lot more to come as well, Sally, so make sure you stay tuned, and I'm pretty sure nobody has a problem you coming in the box and asking any questions or anything, because I really want Giddy to put these out there as well, mate, because he's got fucking 18,000 people on his page. That would be brilliant to get them out there so they're trapped, they can't scam. They've already scammed already. There's already people that's bought them tents, sleeping bags, paid for accommodation, you know, so...
They're telling a story that they were kicked out of that hostel place they were in last week because she was standing naked and a member of staff walked in. That's not true. Kane was caught in a room because in that place they keep the men and women separate. Kane was caught in the room with that and they were asked to leave.
Do we even look the same?
Oh,
My skin's practically perfect. He's got a pockmarked face.
He's a bit redder.
Yeah, and he's got a big nose.
Can you move with the way so we can get a screenshot of him?
yeah, get out of the way.
If anybody wants a screenshot, hurry up and take it now, please. And the thing nobody's noticed, it's different colour eyes as well.
Oh yeah, I got blue eye. I knew that light was on its way out. Do you know that?
TikTok shop.
I bought this in TikTok shop. It's in my Chemical Blonde account if anybody wants to.
My other one only lasted a couple of days, 2 days most.
What?
Will you stop that and get on with your show?
I've got green eyes.
Yeah, we know.
This man's got devil eyes.
Your eyes. What colour did you say your eyes were?
Green.
Aye. His is actually dark brown. And he's got a more pointed nose than you have.
Right. Mad Sally, do you want a box? There's one at the top free.
Right. Mad Sally's asking, put their pictures up.
Oh yeah. Which one?
I say all in good time. I think carry on what you're doing because there's still a shitload to come. And at the end, keep both of their photos up then, and everyone can take it for an hour long. You know what I mean?
Okay. Scotty, can you jump down a minute and can Sunshine come up?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem.
No, Scotty, stay there. There's plenty of room.
No. There's not. I have to drop to make room for Sunshine. Sunshine's a lady that went out of her way to help these two. She's going to tell you theirs, but I'll be back at some point anyway, right?
Yeah. All right then, no worries.
All right. Stay in the comments for a minute. Like Sunshine, grab that box.
Let me find it.
I've got her.
You got it again, okay.
Do you want? Oh, right, Sunshine. Do you want to tell your story?
Right, I hate being in a box. Okay, so basically I was just scrolling, I came upon their live, I read, like the green screen thing, and then I recognised where they were, as in downtown from me. And I said, they were talking about the hostel, and I wrote, I won't say the name, but I said, oh, is this, and I called out the hostel's name, and she goes, I heard her saying to him, oh, there's someone Irish on the page. So, because I knew where they were. So, she asked me to come into the box. She told me the story. And then, well, everything that you've said, she told me the opposite of everything, basically. Apart from what she was saying about you. So the next day, I went and got them a tent and new sleeping bags. I got them delivered to them. They stayed in a local B&B that night above a pub.
And
they came on the next morning. Sorry?
Who paid for that?
He had €129 left, and the B&B was either 80 or 89, because I remember him saying that they mightn't have enough food for the next day with the money that they only had left. He told me that the reason why, I said, but I've just got you a tent and sleeping bags, and he said, yeah, but Katie has, Mother Nature had called, basically, for the first time since her baby had arrived 13 weeks earlier. So obviously I felt sorry for her. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. She told me that her top part was very sore and heavy because she wasn't able to produce milk from the few days of not really sleeping anywhere. She told me that she'd stayed in the hospital the night before. She gave out about her hospital as well, which I can say, like, there's nothing wrong. Like, do you know what I mean? They're great up there. So then the next day they came live, they were arguing, they were fighting. Another lady I know gave them money to rent bikes or scooters, but this turned into this big massive drama. She gave him the money on PayPal. He didn't send the money over to his bank account, and then when he did, it takes a day or two, so he couldn't pay for the bikes anyway. He had went off and bought like bread and ham or something and made them a sandwich. They were still arguing. She came back on live, and that's when she told me about you. And she said exactly what you said that they said about you. If you get any messages, come to us. Don't believe them. We'll tell you the truth. If you have anything to ask us, ask us. Told me and the other lady that we can go and look you up. That's what you've done and stuff. And then me feeling sorry for her, told her that she can come to my home and have a shower because she said that her you know what had came through her clothes. So I said, right, he had walked off on her in this stage, and I actually said, right, that's grand, she'll come up on her own. And I have an ensuite in my bathroom, and I said, right, she'll have privacy in there. And I laid everything out for her. She said she had no clothes. So I also left aside like all clothes for her. I made them up a bag for when she came up to bring with her, with like snacks and drinks and all that stuff and all that. And then I didn't hear from her, and I messaged her saying it's getting very late. And she said, I can't come up because Kane got into a fight on the town. A Polish man seen them arguing and fighting, and he approached Kane and he bottled Kane or something. It could have been worse, she said, but he got hit with a bottle, and now they weren't talking. And she said, I can come up to yours even to charge my phone. But then I didn't reply then, because I was like, oh my God, I can't have them here. Like, he's already after been fighting on the town. I'm not doing this. Yeah. Then I used We're Live the other night. I was in the box. And then sorry?
You came in my live.
Yeah, it was yours, Geraldine, yeah. And then she sent me loads of messages then saying, I told you that you could come to me and ask me anything. If clearly you believe all them, they're liars again about you. What she's saying about you, obviously. But if you want to believe them, that's fine. And I did not ask for money. It was offered to us. And then I didn't write back. A little while later, she said, I'm going to block you now because obviously you believe them. And she just said, good luck with everything or something, or good luck or something.
So before I go into something else that I was going to say, I don't want
Yes, Scotty, yes. Sorry, now for interrupting you. Yes, and that's what worried me. But the thing is, I can't believe, I actually feel really stupid. Like, if that ever happened before, I'd go and meet someone. I'd hand them the stuff in person. But because she told me that, like, her boobs were heavy and sore, she was, you know what was all over her clothes. I was like, oh my God, like, I have to let her freshen up.
Sunshine, you've done the right thing for a woman that would have been in genuine distress.
Yeah, but then I had to go on when after he had been fighting on the town here, I went on to the messages and deleted where I had wrote my address for her. And then I was paranoid all night saying, oh wait, it just because I deleted it, is it that deleted from my side? Can she still see it? And then I was like, right, I'm not worrying about this. Like, where I live, like, there's all cameras and all anyway. And, and I said, right, I'm not being in fear then, if you know what I mean.
Right, so I don't want to sound like I'm putting anything in your mouth, but the other woman gave them, do you know how much she gave them?
I think it was €20 because she told him that it'll be enough for like a few days of the bikes, because the bikes here, it's only like, is it 15 cent or something like that, or 8 cent per minute. So it would get them around the town and stuff.
Do you remember about the €6?
Yes, the 595 he said came out of his bank straight away because it was he owed the bank €6 or something like that. It was like a direct debit, so they took 6 from it. And in the messages, like, I looked back to yesterday and I said, oh my God, so listen to this, right? I would call this kind of dry begging is what I'd call this. And when I said, like, she can have a shower, oh my God, that's amazing, thank you. She goes, but I have no clothes either. I said, that's okay, I'll give you clothes. But I haven't eaten. I said, that's okay. I said, I can make you something when you come up. But we have no money for food tomorrow. Like, when I look back on them, it was like the more I said I'd give, the more they didn't have.
Do you want to show them messages?
How do I...
You have to screenshot them first. Who replaced that €6?
Nobody like really replaced it. When the lady sent over the money for the bikes, when he eventually sent it from PayPal to his bank, it just deducted the €6.
Did she? I heard her say she was going to give him the €6.
What do you mean? Like,
she was going to give him another €6.
Oh, at first he said, no, I don't think so, because I've been speaking to that lady The only reason why she's not here is because she's at a wedding today.
Can I interject? On the live, when they said it was €6 or something short, she says, "Don't worry about it, I'll send you it."
Yeah, at first, something like that. I'll send you enough to cover you for a few days or something, yeah. But I think it was 20 that she sent, and then it took the 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know there was a discussion about the 6 and that she offered to cover it.
Yeah, but she didn't send nothing else. She actually said yesterday, "Oh my God, the effing rat bags. I can't believe I sent them money." So I know she didn't send any more than that.
So I'm not hiding my face, by the way. I'm vaping.
No, you're fine. But yeah, so we'll just read back on the messages. The more I was like, "No, I can give you that." And then I asked her what size she wasn't clothes. She said she didn't know. And because of the after having a baby. And then she said, "Have you got tracky bottoms?" And I said, "No, I don't wear tracky bottoms." She said, "Have you got like a black leggings and a top, a string top, but I also need underwear?" I said, "Yeah, that's fine." And literally laid out everything for her, like literally everything. Yeah.
Kept saying on that live, "Oh, you're so kind, everybody. Oh, I hate asking. I hate asking."
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and I don't know, like they, especially fighting and all here, they wouldn't have lasted long because the guards here would like always be walking along the town, and especially in the lovely weather we're having, they'd always be strolling around the town and our quayside. So like if they had saw them screaming and shouting at each other, like that's not going to go down well, especially then anyone going over, and because automatically that Polish guy thought that she was in need of help, say, but she gives as good as she gets, because I've heard them screaming and shouting at each other.
Yeah.
Oh really, Scotty? Yeah, you see. And you know what I even thought the first day, right? So Kane said that all he needs is somewhere to charge or for Wi-Fi, and if he had Wi-Fi, that then he gets paid a lot of money, up to $2,000 or something a week.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Yeah, and after what he can do then is he'd have enough, because no landlord would say no to him if he said, "Right, there's a deposit and there's 2 months rent." So altogether he'd be given 3. And I actually said, "Right, my son will be in school, like, which means he wouldn't have been here. And if you want, if both of you came up, that you can use my Wi-Fi, like, and you can get a few hours work done a day. Oh, that'd be great, that'd be brilliant, blah, blah, blah." When in reality, I don't even think he wants to even work. Like, you know, I think it's his last thing he's worried about, to be honest with you.
The thing about him getting a tenancy, he wouldn't get one because he hasn't got any references.
This is why, though, Coffee, he was saying, because I asked that, and he said no landlord, he said, would turn down 3 months' money. And to be honest with you, there's probably a lot of landlords here like that would be like, "Oh, feck, here's 3 months' money," like.
Yeah.
No, they need proof before you can get a rented property over in Dublin as well.
Yeah.
And they need previous tenancy agreement for where you lived beforehand as well.
Now, I'm hoping one of you were listening when she went live after they had an argument, and she told me about, he said that he was going to, you know what, the little girl. And I said, no. I was like, that's not right. I remember having a conversation with her saying, like, you actually would be better off on your own. And she goes, "No, it didn't work." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "When I went down as being on my own, they said that they still couldn't put me in I think it was a women's refuge or something here." Yeah. So she did already try that as well.
Sunshine, yes, sorry, I actually heard you say that to her, and she just totally dismissed it.
I said, "I'm really sorry." I said, "But I don't know how you can be with someone." I said, "If someone said that about my child," I said, "I would probably be in Wexford Garda Station now, or I'd be in prison for like what I would do to him for saying that about my child." She goes, "Oh no, I know," she said. Like, yeah, exactly, I did. And I said to her, like, I kept repeating myself. I was like, "That is so bad." And the lady that gave her money even messaged me while I was in the box saying it to her, and she said she needs to get the F away from him. And I said, how can you let him touch you or be near you? I said after him, oh, believe me, she said, we're not right. We're still not right over this. This is where all our arguments come from. So I don't know.
Yeah, she'll always stay with him because he's very manipulative. He will always get her back, and in her head, it's all she's got, and it's not. See, I do feel for her, but she's a fool unto herself because obviously.
She told me the other day that she's going to jump off a bridge.
Yeah, she said that same to me as well.
Thank God, she said that to me as well. She said, and if you want to know why I didn't go to yours or something last night, was because I was on the bridge. She said because of your live, in Geraldine's live the other night.
Yeah, but that's manipulative behaviour, and no, it's gone. It's bad that.
Exactly.
The thing is,
so I had messaged one of you, and you were like, "No, she's done that before." So I was like, "All right, okay, well, she was just lying then, basically, like, you know."
Yeah, she said it thousands of times to me.
Well, she's a narcissist. Anyway, I've got to go. I'll speak to you all later. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Well, she won't get no
Nice,
help
mate.
in Wicklow because
Nice, mate, Geraldine.
been in a
Bye, Geraldine.
and it's up on the computer that the council will not help her.
yeah. The thing is with them both, prior to this, I'm not going on about other things they've done to other people in lives and stuff. What I'm saying is, they were asked when I was messaging them at that time when they asked me for help and that, and they were asked if they'd been asked to split up and that in the past, and she said yes lots of times. But she says, I love him. Now, if that's what they call love, I think they both need section.
Yeah. See,
They're
I'm
both
in
as
Dublin
bad
as
as each
well.
other.
And she said to me, am I on the run from the UK? And I went, no, why should I be?
Yes, I was there, Mad Sally, when she said that.
Yeah.
She was like, "Are you on the run?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" Then I was all confused. I was like, "Why is she asking
And
that?"
then I clicked on the day after. I was thinking, why did she say that for? So is she on the run?
Yeah.
Hello.
They're both on the run.
There was 2 points I just
From
wanted to
social
make.
services.
Sorry, I don't know who was talking.
Right, Scott, you've got to say something there.
Yeah, because I was shadow watching Sunshine when you was in there, and I heard them like pre-warn you that you might get an inbox, and you was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just block them." And I was gutted because I felt like I really wanted to message you at that point, and you know it was pointless because you would have probably just blocked me. But I do remember when she was walking down the street to collect the stuff off your friend. Now this is cheeky in my opinion, but. The minute she went on mute while she met your friend, but then when she walked back and she unmuted, you said, "Is everything all right?" And she said, "Yep, your friend just told me that's all she can do." So in other words, it was like, you know,
I know.
I've drained her basically. So I'm anyone else out there that wants to help me
You know
out.
what's sad though, like Scotty, like the tents are all weather tents. They're not like
absolutely.
cheap tent. The sleeping bags, I don't know what there's a name on them, like where. Like people bring them even when they're like climbing mountains and stuff.
Yeah. Good quality stuff.
Yeah, like they weren't, and I noticed that as well, and I said, no, maybe I'm just being paranoid. You know,
the thing is with the tents, it shouldn't have been an issue for them to stay in them, because apparently when she went over there, she stayed in the tent for 3 months when she was pregnant.
Yeah, I heard you saying that the other night, and I was like, well, she said to me, but I can't stay there tonight. I need a shower. But do you know, right? What's worse? She didn't have a shower in that B&B. Now, I can tell you, that place where they stayed, new owners bought that about 2 years ago, and it was like all over the papers here, what they'd done to those rooms. There was never rooms there before. They were done to a high standard. But she said that when she got into the bed, she fell asleep. Now, if you had been walking around or sleeping rough for nights and nights, the first thing you do is go and have a shower.
Self-respect like that is as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ali, I did hear her turn around to you and say to you, "Are you a runner? Are you a runner?"
Coffee Cup can tell you what happened when she first got into that room that night. We were in fucking stitches, we was. She was on the line.
Oh, I know it. Was this to do with the choice of food from Tesco?
Yeah.
Yes, I heard it. I was fucking laughing my head off.
What I missed that. I think I left alive then.
She was offered a cheese and ham sandwich by the owners or whatever they are in this place.
Right.
And she says, oh, that's not substantial enough for me. I want a Chinese.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was their argument last Friday in the council. They were in the council building at the time, and they said about the thingy, and she was like, "You think a ham and cheese sandwich is substantial enough for me? I want the Chinese. I want a Chinese."
Oh my God.
Like, could you imagine?
And later that night, when they were at that hostel, or whatever you want to call it.
Just quickly.
No, the B&B. This was at the B&B, mate.
If anybody's reading this one here on the page, yeah, she posted this up because she told me she was reporting me to the Garda for doing these awarenesses, yeah. And she went to the Garda, and this is what happened.
Okay. Oh yeah. Refused to say, like, she's not normal. I swear to God, she's not right in the head.
The Garda isn't a housing association or anything, so why would they be able to house her unless she wants a 4x4 cell?
Exactly. But you know what?
You know the sad thing, though? I do believe they are going to end up back in the UK. But there's 2 children left behind here in Ireland.
It's horrible.
That, do you know what? I said it to my missus. I said, what the horrible thing is, them kids are going to grow up and they're going to have pure Irish accents and all of this. And one day when they find the truth out, they're going to realise we're pure English. We're not even Irish. How did we end up over here? And this, that is a mad thing to go through.
It's really bad. But you know what I said to myself right as well that night? You see, there was little things not adding up to me. I thought I was just being paranoid, and I was like, no, look, she's in pain. She's suffering.
Can I just jump in for 1 minute? I'm going to have to jump down because my son's just come in.
Okay, no
I'll
problem.
stay in the comments.
Bye.
Right, thank you. Bye.
But yeah, it was when I said, right, when you get settled into the room, you know now the Tesco is only a few minutes away. And I said, get him to go down and get a few snacks and a few drinks. And obviously to get her women's products that she needed. But the next day, when she was going to come up here for a shower and stuff and freshen up, she still didn't have them. And that's why it was all over her clothes.
And this is so. This is the post that made me laugh. Yeah, everybody, if they want to read it, yeah. We've been told to go back to the UK and adopt our children. The council said they are now seeking legal advice. Katie, you already abandoned 3 children in the UK. What difference does it make you abandon another 2? I know it's a horrible thing to say.
No, but it's the truth.
It's the truth. That's Sandy's
another.
I tell you why, mate, because that's the catch attention. That's the I'll catch your attention by that post, and then people start following her to hear her story, and then they get roped in like Sunshine and other people.
Is Mad Sally still here?
No, she had to drop me. Her son came in.
Scotty, were they actually going to go to you, New Ross? Like,
yeah. So I one of my friends, Mad Sally's boyfriend, he was on there live with them, offering them help in the council and blah blah blah. And I came in the comments, and he was like, "Hey, Scott is in Wexford. Give him a shot. He'll help you." And I said, "Yeah, look, they can come to New Ross. I can wash their clothes for them, and I can feed them, but I can't house them." And they were well up for that. But then I got a notification a few hours later off another person that fell for their story saying, "Scott, you need to contact me or join this live because it's not right about them." You know. And I came in and met STELL and all the crew here, and yeah, I'm not a stupid person. I watched it and observed everything until I made my mind up that they are a danger. They are an absolute danger.
And I actually sent a bit of proof to you.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. They've been brilliant. These guys, STELL, Durham Justice, CPS, I know Rachel joined tonight, Coffee Cup, and all the others. They are brilliant. They've gone out there and shown they don't just say, "Oh, they're this." They've got the proof there. They've got everything there for people to see. You know.
And a bit of history. If STELL wants to tell you, Katie's mother.
Right, so I was listening in the live. I'll duck out the way so you can all read this again in a minute. And another thing I was pissing myself laughing about. They were telling Sunshine oh yeah, we come from a good Catholic family, you know, brought up Catholic, brought up the Irish way, you know, we know the way that we should be, and the priest and blah blah blah, and we pray all the time, and I was in stitches, right?
All the time.
And I was like, did you forget to tell Sunshine that your mum has been in prison for bludgeoning your dad with a kitchen utensil? Did you forget to tell him that? That doesn't sound like a good Catholic Irish family to me. And if you want to know why, and by the way, this is all online. This is all over the internet, yeah, what she did, the mother, yeah, a few years back. Right? Father divorced her for it, obviously, right? Got everything because the kids, the house, the money, everything, right? Because the woman's loopy. She asked him to move some kitchen cabinets, and he refused. He said he was too tired to do that. He picked up a kitchen utensil and she bludgeoned him with it.
Oh God.
That's what the mother did.
Oh God. But she did tell me
True.
Catholic and stuff.
Paul, if you're still there, are you still there, Paul? It's on the internet. It's actually on Google. We can send that to you as well.
Crazy.
Something that makes me laugh slightly about that is the whole Catholic thing. You know, oh, we're Catholic. They have children. They're not married.
Yeah. She did say that to me. I don't even know why that came up actually about religion or anything, because I wouldn't bring anything like that up, but I don't even know why that got brought
It's
up.
part of their persona to make them look like good guys. Oh, we're good Catholics.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most Irish people would appreciate another good Catholic and help them out, you see.
Exactly.
It was
That's
no
why
point
I
of-
did that. That's why I would do that. Like, I'd give someone like my last euro if I had to, you know, but I don't say, oh, I'm Catholic and I'm going to help you. Like, she made a point of telling me she was Catholic.
I'm a good Catholic girl, come from a good Catholic family, I do. And I was rolling about the floor laughing. And like Scotty, I wanted to say something, but I had to keep quiet.
While they're over there, they're telling
Paul, you would have been very proud of me, Paul, yeah? I actually kept quiet that day. I was in, oh my God, I just wanted
And
to
then
press
me telling them then to put their tent up in the church. But, like, oh, that's why she said it to me. Because I told her from where she was at Tesco that the church is only a few minutes up the road. And I was like, when you go in, there's a bit of grass and there's all big trees. And I said, you just can put it there and you'll be safe. And she goes, oh, that's fine because I'm Catholic and I'd actually like that. That's where it came from.
I was rolling about the floor laughing.
They tell everybody that they've no ID and all that. That's a lot of nonsense. If they've no ID, how come they're keeping old letters and that for the UK and everything?
Yeah,
They've got a bag with everything then. It's a lot of nonsense.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt you. No, that's irrelevant, Scotty. Sorry.
You're fine. What is this guy?
No, I was just saying that, like, you know the way I've lived in Ireland for 15 years, yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking, I got my confirmation today that I've been offered my forever home now.
Oh, well done.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And it's a brand new fucking place, brand new, like.
Can we have a big hand in the comments, please?
I'm just saying, I'm just delighted by that. Like, I feel now, yeah, I'm
Really
staying.
worked hard for that. Really worked hard for it.
15 years, mate, and yeah.
And the other thing with them, they keep saying they've got no ID because they think if they say that, they won't be deported back to the UK.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
I believe that if they do come back here, that there will be charges. They will be facing charges.
But you know what, though, Coffee? I know, like, you can all say it where you are from and where you live, right? But
Yeah.
it won't work here. As I said, we're not a city. It's only a town. It's small. Everybody knows each other, right?
Yeah.
There is a lot of help here for people that need it, right? As in the hostel, the women's refuge, the guards. If you ever haven't broke any laws, they'd also would bring you places or help you, right? But we're not going to last here very long with all the fighting and arguing on the town, like
with the exposure as well that's about to come as well.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So
it's not going to work.
So this here I'm going to read to you in case nobody can see it, yeah? Wexford General, which is the hospital, don't give a toss whether or not you're struggling with your mental health. They will say that they can't do anything or it's not their issue because my mental health is deteriorating. They've decided I'm being aggressive. She's aggressive, by the way. This is Katie that wrote this, right? I'm being aggressive and noted security needs to be around from now on, right? They were fed up of her turning up there. She kept turning, this is the truth of this, right? This post. She was turning up in the hospital, yeah, with him to get a bed for the night, right? So that they'd be in a nice warm place. I mean,
terrible.
can't blame him for wanting a nice warm bed for the night, but to use a hospital and use all the facilities and things like that.
Yeah, so
and
wrong.
Security was only there because she had threatened to take the child away from the hospital, and they were saying, you're not doing that again. That's why it's in a locked unit and it's got a tag on it.
And also because of their attitudes and aggressiveness and shouting and abuse towards staff as well.
But Coffee, do you know she told me that? She said that Kane is more, she used the word, we'll just say relaxed while talking to people, whereas she gets more aggressive than him when it comes to officials and stuff.
Because he's done a few courses on DV, he's learned to keep a bit calmer than her. And in the public eye, he tries to keep as calm as he can, not to show his true personality.
Right.
And she goes not to 100 in no time. But when they think they're not on camera or they're out the way, they think people can't hear them and that, they make a mistake leaving the cameras on and stuff. Yeah. They start bickering. And it gets vile between the two of them and toxic. And probably when they were doing the tune arguing, that Polish guy stepped in because he thought maybe she was going to get hit off him.
Yeah.
And he's going to come aggressive with the Polish guy. And the Polish guy said, oh, douche, right over the head. I mean, if anybody kens the Polish guy, can you find him and I'll send him the money to buy him a new bottle.
And the same with our council. Like our new council was only built there like not that long ago, and it is absolutely massive, like huge, right? But loads of space that's like not used in it. Yeah. And they have a man as well. Now he's not dressed in security uniform, but he is there obviously for that. Like, and I actually know him because.
Yeah, but you know, one of the bullshit stories they said is when they were in the council, they were telling people they've got to pay for a taxi to go from the council to the hospital. I said, "Are you guys stupid? It's across the road, man. It's like right across the road. You don't. There's no taxi would come for you for that journey.
It's literally a pass.
I know it. I've been in it, mate.
That's crazy.
It was like
there was just anything to get money. People saying, right, I'll throw a $5 for your taxi then, or what a load of bullshit like they're coming out with.
It was like last week when they left to go into the hospital. To go into the hostel, it was all downhill when they got a taxi.
Oh, for God's sake!
But in fairness, I would say if you come out of Wexford General and you was to go to Osmond House, you probably could get a taxi for that. It would be a bit of a long walk, in fairness.
Yeah, but anybody with common sense, if you're trying to save money on that, you'd walk.
Yeah.
Or get the bus or something.
But
you
I've
know?
never heard anything like that. Like, it's literally the council and the hospital are right beside each other.
Exactly. Throw a stone from one to the other building.
Yeah.
They want to lead the high life with luxury. It doesn't work if you've not got any money. You can't live that kind of life.
No.
Well, look, I think their luck's running out now.
I think so.
And especially, I'm so glad Mad Sally was here, because when a fella shares this, is 18,000 people on there. And
is that triggered?
Triggered podcast, yeah.
Yeah, he's lovely. He's a lovely man.
Yeah, and he was trying to help them as well. And I went into his live last night because I'm mates with him, and I know his missus, Mad Sally, that's been in here. And I said, look, I know this is off topic, but I want to make you aware about these people. And he was shocked. He was shocked by it. Oh, there he is. He's in the comments.
Oh, sorry.
I am here. Giddy, if you want to, I'll drop if you want to come up. But like, ask Sally how bad these people are. You know what I mean? It's horrendous. An hour and a half now. This has been going on constantly about them. Do you know?
Oh, Snooper! I thought you were one of these people here. Like, I thought you were one of them on another account or something.
So once they're exposed and their faces and what they do, well, just their accounts or whatever. That's it. Their luck has run out. They've gone from Galway to Waterford to Wexford. Apparently, they've been told to go to Wicklow. So they're looking to just try their luck in every county council until they get housed. And then when they get told no from everywhere, I think that's when they'll be back in the UK. And hopefully face charges for abandonment.
Like, if they go back to the UK, right, they won't ever get housed again, would they?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Probably not. Sorry, she owes absolutely thousands of rent to Bradford Council, so probably not.
Well, that's why they were evicted out the last place, because they hadn't paid the rent, apparently.
Yeah. But the sob story they gave was that they were in labour and the landlord threw them out while she was in labour. That's not right.
No, they've only just been evicted last week. She had the bairn a couple of months prior, so she wasn't in labour.
Giddy, do you want to come up, mate? Because I can drop and you can come up and have a
I
chat.
can drop as well, it's fine.
Like, just let us know, mate.
Another thing as well about them. When she was at that council office, she was saying she just had the bairn 2 weeks earlier to some people.
Can I ask you something, right? And I won't name the place, obviously, but the hostel that they were in here, is it true then that they walked in when she was expressing milk, or were they doing something together?
No. In that hostel, the men are in one part and the women are in another.
Yeah, I know
They were
that.
caught in the same room, and because of that, they were asked to leave.
Right, okay. I thought that because, like, that's not allowed, obviously. Do you know what I mean?
Because it is as a Catholic-run place.
But what do you mean? Surely they weren't doing that because she's Catholic and they're not married, so surely they weren't doing
Yeah,
that.
because that's run by the St. Vincent de Paul, isn't it?
Hold on a second. Did nobody ask them, if you're a good Catholic girl, why have you had 2 babies out of wedlock?
I know.
Right, I'm going to drop because Triggered Podcast, which is Mad Sally's boyfriend, this is the main guy that needs...
Scotty, before you drop there, what you just said about St. Vincent de Paul, yes, so they own that, right? They run that. And I have a message from her saying, oh my effing God, St. Vincent de Paul won't help me with vouchers because of of them falling out with the people in Osmond House.
Yeah, well then, listen, the council, I believe, when they arrived there, took their duty of care to put them there for a limited period over the weekend. And I think then on Monday morning they were thrown out. We're not housing you anymore. We're not paying for this. So, yeah, look, guys, I'm going to drop. I'm going to let Triggered Podcast take...
Yeah, I'll bring them up now.
Congratulations, Scotty, about your house.
Oh, thanks so much. Well, I'm staying because there's another spot there, so... But thank you.
Mark, I love you, but as you're not speaking, I just thought you can sit for a minute. You know I love you, Mark.
Giddy, how you doing, bud?
How you doing, pal?
Not bad, not bad.
I've just been listening to everything that's being said, and I'm actually like sick to my gut with this. That there's people out there that actually do need help.
Exactly.
I'm hoping that my followers are listening in on this, and I hope that people are going to come in and listen. I'm going to share it out, and I'd like people to know up and down the country who these people are.
Absolutely.
Because they need to be named and shamed, and they need a picture being put up everywhere. So if anybody wants to forward me on a picture, I'll happily put it up on my actual content page.
Sunshine that's here in the box, she's a lady that paid herself for tents, sleeping bags, and another friend of hers paid for their accommodation one night in a B&B and everything. And like they're taking the absolute pee out of people.
It's not even that. It's the fact about the kids. To be fair, I don't really care about them. I care about the children. They should have been looked after primary number one. They shouldn't have been thinking about themselves. You know?
The thing is, Trigger, they abandoned 6 kids into the care services in the UK, took off over there at 39 weeks pregnant. The first child was removed from them 2 years ago, and they decided to try again. Sadly, that never made the full pregnancy. She had a miscarriage. But then she had another child just in January there, and within 7 hours it was removed from her.
This is what I'm saying. This is absolutely sickening to hear. When Scotty told me this last night, I was like, I just, like, my heart sunk. Because I just don't get it. There's people out there that need help. I don't get it, that there's genuine people out there that have lost their children that would cut off their arm to get their children back. These people obviously don't care about their children. So why is anybody maintaining to help them? And why have they not been put out there on a decent profile? As like I say, if I get the picture of these 2 people, I will put it up on my content. And believe me, if you look on my content, I have 500,000 people looking at my content at any one time.
Yeah. I think under the laws they should force her to get sterilised.
Yeah, and triggered. She told me, you see, I didn't know any of this till someone here messaged me. She told me that she had her baby in the hospital and all that, but she said that she didn't have a rental property, and said that I said, if you do get rental, will you be able to get your children back? And she said yes. She didn't tell. I didn't know none of this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have helped her. Sure.
I had the same conversation with her when she was in the council. I was up on the live when she was in the council, and that's where I saw Scotty, and I know he lives up around that end. So, understandably, I thought that Scotty, because he knows the area a bit better than what I would,
Yeah.
that he could probably help them in some way, because I actually did feel sorry for them because the way they were portraying themselves across.
And me too.
Until the other night, literally, I was told then that they're basically scamming people. They're off everywhere.
The reason they're saying they get the bairn back if they get a house, it's so as everybody will give them money to get a house or whatever. It's clear they were never getting the kids.
To be fair, and I can say this wholeheartedly, right, and I don't mean to be bad for anybody that might be listening out there that is looking in the future to get a house in Ireland. It's near enough impossible at this stage. It's very difficult, regardless of the troubles that you might be in. And there's a lot of people that have taken their life literally for the fact that they can't be housed. And there's people like them, slugs, walking around and trying to take that out of mouths of people that are in genuine need, with families that are living in cars and living in tents across the whole of Ireland.
It's the post that's doing it. It's the heart triggering posts that they're putting up, and I do believe they're going to be on a new account doing it again and again and again. They
can be on ever what account they want, Scotty. Right? The contacts that I've made in the last few, well, let's say the last 2 years, they'll find that very, very difficult.
Yeah,
I tell you.
Coffee Cup, have you got a photo? You can put me on WhatsApp clearly of them two, and I'll put it up.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm going to put it up in a post.
Because these are the people. We know their full names, Giddy, their proper names. There's tussler papers that's been shown tonight about his violence towards children, threatening to unalive a child by strangulation. And TikTok Shop's amazing, because if you buy washing machines and everything off TikTok, no, you can't, can you?
Hold on, can I just say something, just be on the safe side here, okay? Because I've been in situations where if you think that you're exposing some serious information about somebody, be very careful, because it can backlash on it.
Oh, it has been, but these papers were everything is
not a problem.
Public.
It's not a problem. What I'm saying is the other part where you just mentioned about that paper, it's very, very dangerous to mess with, because that is their personal, let's say that you would be liable for exposing that. It wouldn't matter if she even sent it to you. The whole still showing you that she knows that you could get into trouble by showing that.
Yeah. It was just more about showing proof.
I understand. I get where you come from, and I've seen people that have done it and they've actually ended up getting arrested, believe it or not.
Didn't show it in full.
But we can put the pictures up, right? Because they're
on a public platform, yes, because they've been up on a public platform and the pictures are taken from a public platform. It's all this new, hate and all this sort of crap that's came in, and it's stopping people from doing the things that they need to do. So you have to do it in a more clever way. And again, like I say, anybody in the areas of Wexford, and the areas of Wicklow or Dublin, for that matter of fact, like I will probably, to be fair, I might go up on a live next Thursday and I'll expose them if you give me the pictures, and you're all welcome to come over, and I will literally get it out there.
Yeah, perfect.
What they've actually done is, if you see the guy sitting on the screen here, they put posts up saying he was a convicted PDF.
Right.
Now, he's had to prove that he's not this
where's the evidence from? You see, where's the source and where's the evidence?
And the thing is, Giddy, I will say this, right, because Sally asked me this earlier. Sally said, have they been given the opportunity to respond? And I said to Sally, they've been given every opportunity. But how they've chosen to respond is by coming in on troll accounts and effing and jeffing when they do join. They don't come on to clear their names. They don't fight anything. Nothing.
There you go. There's the photo.
Everybody get the screenshots in if you want.
Take away the comments.
Can you just turn off your comments for just 2 seconds?
Now, there you go. Just, or if you swipe it across, the comments will go.
Yeah, if you swipe, anybody swipe now to the right. Is it right or left? No, left. No, I don't know which one it is. You can turn the comments off yourself.
I does it to the right, and then the comments went, and I took a screenshot.
Hold on,
Left to right.
Right.
Oh, that happened for me.
No, it's not working for me. It's saying leave live.
I'll be putting it up in a post anyway, so you can all get a clear picture of it.
Yeah, perfect, mate.
Yeah,
On this account.
I'll get a picture of it properly, yeah?
And Giddy, I don't know if you was in there earlier, but there's been shown proof of him where he's done DV on her. One thing you didn't show, Stell, is one of their stories is that they don't have children in England, right? They've said that before, that they don't have children, but you had a video last night of her in England with her children and her admitting, like, oh, this is to all the people out there, single moms or something. So it proved that their stories don't match up. They're telling stories in different ways to people. But this whole Tussler thing and the child took off them, come on, man.
Right, guys, I'm going to tell you what to do here, right? What you need to be doing is, anybody that's in this country or in the UK that's listening on this live, what you do is get their picture, get their names, and ring your local police station or Garda station and ask for a welfare check to be done on the girl because she's suffering with, like, there's DV involved here. And if you have any evidence of him actually hitting her, send it to the police. I believe any man that goes and does that should be locked up.
Well, it's not a man status anyway.
The thing is, they're both as bad as each other.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They both hit each other, mate.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they shouldn't be together. They need to be broke up. And the only way that will happen is if a welfare check is done on them.
The thing is, they've been told for years to split up, and they keep getting back together.
And she's claimed DV before, and they've housed her, gave her own everything. And what does she do? Go and ring him and say, "Hey, I've got a place for us." And he goes back there, and everything's took off her again. Like, he's got some kind of hold on her, I think. Like,
well, it seems that way, but that's usually what DV is about, innit? It's controlling, and it's also violent. So, unfortunately, it is a very hard thing to deal with for anybody outside watching in. But people that are in that relationship of domestic violence, like I say, I've said this often and many times, women should stand up and don't walk on by, and make sure that you put your hand up to be seen. And there's always somebody out there that'll help. You don't walk away.
but there is, I just forgot what I was going to say. No, you're dead right, Giddy. You're dead right, man.
It actually sickens me to think that guy is walking around Ireland and Irish men are letting him walk around.
Well, listen, he threatened me on the live the other day that he'd come down to New Ross, and I had somebody go outside of that hostel, beeping outside to him within 10-15 minutes, was it, guys? And he wouldn't come out. So
I put it this way, Scott, if he comes down near Dublin, all I can say to you is you can make it very clear to him, I'll happily meet him anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
To be fair with the sort of people that I am actually involved with, as you know, he won't be getting very far around Dublin.
Just keep tabs on him. Tabs on him.
So he already got like a few smacks here on the town.
Yeah.
A Polish guy seen them arguing and screaming at each other, and he went over, and then the Polish guy used a bottle.
That guy needs to be
reimbursed of his bottle, definitely.
Yeah.
Put this. I think a ticket should be put in his hand like the old days. A couple of masked men.
The neck of him, though. And as I said, Sunshine, there's no way you're going to get your money back. And I don't know altogether.
Oh, no, I won't know.
What would you talk between you and your friend that paid for the accommodation? Would you say about 150, 200 they got off you?
We didn't pay for the accommodation. I already said that earlier on.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. He said that they had €120 between two of them, and he paid 80 or 89. That only left him with 20 something euro, he said, for food. The tent and the sleeping bags, it doesn't matter. It's, as I said, yes, they could have gone to somebody else that actually needs them. And you know what? They'll probably discard them somewhere anyway. If they leave here, they'll just discard with them now. Do you know?
Right. Everybody clear your comments if you want.
And then my friend sent over the money then for them to rent the bikes or the scooters for the few days because she said she was sore.
Right.
Also, Goody, we've had a real life friend.
Clear your comment and be quiet for a minute. I'm just going to do this now. I've got the knack of it, I think. Oh, yeah. So this is a video I want to show you guys, yeah? This is Katie. Come on.
Well, Alexa, come on. So, for everyone that struggles with a child with special needs, I just want to let you know that you are not alone and that there are other people out there that are going through the same shit. So, I'm ready to go and get my son, your son, a runner on the street. What are you doing? Go and put it back.
That's the little boy that got knocked into the fence.
I don't want that.
Into the post.
No.
Look at the size of him.
Look at all the rubbish in the garden.
So he brought a trolley into my house. For these children, you are not alone. No matter what happens, and I've got you. Put it down, Holly.
And that's the little girl that he threatened to unalive.
No, Lexi, come on. In.
So that was the end of that video.
That is just heartbreaking, and the size of him, like.
Awful. It's awful. But Giddy, if there's any questions that you want to see, anything you want, there's admissions from him of doing that. There's everything there. I don't know what time you came in. Sally was here the whole time since 8 o'clock. But I don't know if you want to see anything more. Like it's disgusting, but I don't know if you've missed anything that you want to clarify yourself.
No, if you don't mind, I'll just stay here for a while. Just sharing it out to a few people, and I'm just actually had to take a copy of that there now. So I am going to put that out there.
Yeah, and also one of her friends back home was in here tonight as well.
She's still here, Scotty. Yeah, Rach is still in the comments.
Yeah, she was in the box and she told everything about. She lived. I don't know. I assume she lived close by to them. She was a connection to them, and said about how many times police were there and like DV on both sides, stuff like that. They're just. They're a threat to Ireland right now, and you know what? It's
not even that they're a threat to Ireland. They're a threat.
They are, mate, because somebody could take them in and put them around kids. Like somebody nearly did that Friday when you got me involved.
Yeah,
that Friday. Dan,
I'll tell that story. How we came across them again. Yeah, a few days ago. They were arranging. This girl had a young kid, and they were arranging to go to her house the next day. So what happened is this was Sandwichgate, basically, another Sandwichgate. So she said to Kane, "Oh, a ham and cheese sandwich ain't substantial enough for me. I want Chinese." Somebody on the live said, "I've got some." This is a young mother, a young mother, right? I don't know how much money you get over there, you guys, right? But young mother. She said, "I've got some food, some ready meals in my freezer. I can send them over." She went, "Oh, yeah, that'd be good." And the girl sent her partner over with some freezer stuff, And then they said, "Oh, you can come to ours in the morning, get a wash and changed. That hostel's horrible, and we can go for a picnic or something." And I went straight away. I tried to contact this girl and say, "You cannot have day two near your kids." And believe it or not, I've got to give credit to all the people that tried, including Scotty. Scotty was there as well. Right, we all tried our hardest to get a hold of this girl, find out who she was, to tell her that they too cannot be near her child.
I remember Coffee Cup on the phone to me with 2 other people at nearly 4 a.m. in the morning to see if we can figure a way of getting there to break up this fucking engagement, let's say.
Yeah.
Just to keep her kids safe.
The young girl was none the wiser about any of this.
It wasn't just that. If
Yes.
the customer had got wind of these people
Yes,
being
Sally,
near them,
I didn't want
would
to
have been involved with them too.
What's happening now, guys, as well, look, there's a lot of new people coming in that's only joining hearing this. They know nothing. And Stell, you've done an amazing job.
I think that Shannon was the girl who was going to take them round.
No, it was Shan. It was a girl called Shan. And there was another girl called Louise, and she messaged me and said, "Oh, guess what, Scotty? I've been blocked by them." Once she figured out what they were, thank God she didn't meet them, because she's kids as well, and she's a real mammy. Like, you know, all the TikToks about her kids and living life, and so yeah.
Somebody in the
just one more thing to the host there. Sorry, Savage, your name is, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, just to let you know, okay, I got 2 people that I'm, well, on our YouTube channel, we speak to a lot, and they're actually PDE3 hunters, okay? So if you need any help with clearing anything that they're saying about you, these guys can do it 110%.
Oh, thanks. But I've got a clean DBS. I'm allowed to say now what I actually used to work for the DWP here in England up to a couple of months ago. We have enhanced DBS checks done every 5 years, but every year we've got to get a little one done, the standard one, which they pay for. So my last one was done in December, but it's the way that they've got people convinced that I'm that person, and I had to pull my passport.
Listen, without sources, okay, I always say this to people: if you don't have a source that's credible, that I can be seen, it's not true. Okay.
Yeah, but Giddy, Stella's spent hours online, even tonight, showing, right, this person they're saying he is a person called Stephen Newman. He is a convicted PDF. Now, his sentence began, how long was it, guys? 15 years or something? It began in 2011, which...
No. He committed his crimes.
You know it.
He committed his crimes up until 2011 when he was arrested. He went to trial on the 21st of November 2012. He was sentenced to 14 years in prison, which means he's still sitting in prison now until next year, November 26, when he's going in front of the parole board. There's no guarantee he'll come out of the prison yet.
Stella's shown what I think is the most obvious evidence to clarify everything is he had a passport renewal in 2014 that ran until 2024 or something. How would he get a passport renewal in 2014 when he's only 3 years into a 14-year sentence? Do you know what I mean?
And I showed the passport before that tonight.
He's had to show all of his personal details.
In this day and age, you can't hide from anybody if you're involved with anything like that.
Exactly.
Okay, and regardless of passports and things like that, simply it's the name of the person, and there is an offenders list, and it can be seen, and it stays there for eternity, your whole life. Once you put on it, they say that you're on it for 5 years, 10 years, whatever the crime may be, but they actually do keep you on it for an eternity until you actually pass away.
Well, look, that is not the person they're saying. I know that for sure.
Yeah, well, I don't take anything at face value. I don't listen to what people tell me rubbish about or bullshit about. I wait until I have a source, and it's a 100% source. Okay, so I'm not saying you are, and I'm not saying you're not, and I'm not saying anything what they're saying.
He said I changed my name after the alleged offences. I showed a passport that was from 2003 to 2013, and a renewal in 2000.
Well, to be fair, host, I'm sure there's plenty of people that are looking at this post right now, and you showed your face very clearly, and I can assure you 110%, there's people that I have there that are actually looking at this currently, okay? And it'll come back anything that's being said. And they're very clever people.
I'm doing something I shouldn't do, see? Right.
And I wouldn't believe any shit out, especially 2 people's mouth like that.
Yeah. And all they've done is put up a newspaper publication of a guy called Stephen Newman. Like, You know, so look, you know, at the end of the day, it's more about them. So I know for a fact, everyone in this box and the comments know that Stella spent hours proving that.
Nobody likes 40 words, yeah? That's the problem. Nobody likes 40 words, okay? And that's all them people are trying
This
to
is the guy. This is Stephen Newman.
That's the actual Stephen Newman there.
That's the actual guy that's been sourced as the PDF of that case, Stephen Newman. Now, I don't see
that
any
picture's from 2012.
Well, as anybody knows...
Do you know the cheek of it? Do you know the cheek of it? This guy looks older than I am now.
Right,
13
okay.
years later. Look.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, there's plenty of people out there that have done these sort of crimes, you know? At the end of the day, these people are pulling a rabbit out of a hat as far as I can see.
Oh, yeah. It was all to discredit me so people wouldn't listen to me.
Well, you see, I'd love them to actually try that with me. I really would.
Yeah, but this is where, Giddy, this is where you're really important to this because of your channel and connections.
Well, I actually have a Scottish girl as well that has 26,000 followers, and I have another girl that's here in Dublin that has 42,000 followers, and then plus Mousy, if you know correctly.
Would you be able to
20,000 followers on his YouTube channel. So, yeah,
I don't understand why you tagged me. Would you be able to explain in a nutshell? Like, there's two people going around Ireland from the UK. Okay, they're a danger to children. They're a danger to each other, and they've been told that they can't be housed because of their stature in life and everything. They've had children taken off them in the UK. They've abandoned them. They've came over to Ireland. They've had two children, and Tussler, literally, the woman had to give birth into like a prison cell, you may as well say, so that she couldn't escape with the child. The child was taken off her, the first one.
Shannon is a very good person to know because she will actually get it out there, believe it or not.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to put it out there in brief. These are the two people. They're now around Wexford area. They're putting stories out there that will pull on the heartstrings of vulnerable people or just nice people. And yeah, basically they are a danger. And I'm explaining, mate. But these are on TikTok most days trying to suck people into their shite. But tonight and other nights and probably tomorrow you'll see this exposure again. And if you want to follow the host, you'll be invited because it's an everyday thing that these guys are doing here to expose them. Now,
another person that you could try getting in on these lives if you can.
A lot of these guys in the boxes are taking time out from the UK to expose these in Ireland to Irish people. And what we need is more people to come on board that's in Ireland, throw it out there. There's no bullshit. I throw my name to this with anybody. It's
someone's asking there, what's the names on here?
I'll type it in the comments if you want to follow it. It's spelled exactly like this.
She also has another account that Rachel
Yes.
girl was saying.
So there it is in the comments. That's what they're known by. And whenever you see them live, and if you do guys see them live, and they're trying to pull someone in on a story, do your best to intervene and stop that person being took advantage of.
We've also got another account that's here, HERE 4 FOR Justice, all one word.
Could you type it in the comments, mate, so we can screenshot it?
Can somebody do that for me? Because I can't. I've got the thing up.
There's another one there by Rach. That's another account they
Is that
use.
the new one she made up today or yesterday? The one you wrote there now?
Can I just intervene here a second? They've got multiple accounts.
They've got troll accounts. They normally, I'm surprised they haven't been in tonight with the troll account, because they normally come in and start trolling.
Any lives they do of their own where we've actually went in a fake account or tried to expose them or saying in the comments, they delete the messages we put in right away and block us so as nobody can see what we're saying.
But if they're live, let's say tomorrow, and they're doing their sub story, if one person goes in, they're going to get blocked. If 20 people come in, the person they're trying to take the piss out of is going to think, right, hang on now, there's 20 people in here saying the same thing. You know, hopefully.
Scotty.
Yes.
I've been watching them for the last few days, man. I was watching Sunshine. She was with him solid for two days, man, helping them.
I know.
They didn't even know I was sitting in the live. I was in there for 3 hours the one day, and I was in there for another 2.5 the following day. They didn't even realise I was sitting there.
Yeah.
And I was screen recording a lot.
Yeah, that's it. Because there's a WhatsApp group here as well that shared information. You know, were they live today? Anyone know?
I'm blocked. Sure, she blocked me, and then I tried to look. I went onto my main page, and she must have known it was me. Because of my name obviously on it, and it's either I thought they took it down or they blocked me on that as well.
Yeah, and that's what they do. Imagine you've handed them fucking accommodation basically. I know it's a tent, but it's still somewhere to fucking stay, isn't it?
How far have they got out and about on the actual platform? Does anybody know?
Sorry?
How far have they got around on the platform? Does anybody know? Like, is there anybody with a decent enough account that has put it out there already?
We've put out quite a bit ourselves, but
yeah, it's just you're the
getting
main
the message in Ireland is a difficult thing for us.
Yeah,
that's why
I said to Stell, I have to make a certain person aware of this, and I did. I came in your live last night, Giddy, and I know it was off topic, but I just wanted to.
Yeah, I understand. I do understand.
And I told you I'm not bullshitting and that I won't chat shit. The evidence is there. I invited you to a live last night 10 times. But I know obviously you're busy, but you're here tonight. That's the main thing. So you are.
I'm going to get in touch with Only Tony. He's currently not on my thing again. He's probably being banned again. I don't know. But if you know anything about Only Tony, he has quite a few followers.
Yeah, Only Tony's really good. Like
anything to get this out there and just to have them stopped in Ireland.
I'll tell you now, I'll give it until the end of this weekend and they'll be known right across the whole of Dublin. And anyway, I know that for a fact. It won't be just through this. Like I say, Mousy has 20,000 followers on YouTube. We have another channel called Triggered on YouTube also. So
I see them in Dublin. I do. Because think about it, if they went down there at fucking Temple Bar or something and American tourists are all walking past, they're gonna throw money at them like.
Definitely.
Come here, we have let's say you've seen the patrols that are happening in Dublin. Yeah, well that's our guys. So yeah, they will get met okay. I can assure you they won't be coming back to Dublin.
Somebody just said the KT&K has gone.
Oh, I was wondering, did it deactivate or what? Did they block me on my main page?
I think they deactivated it.
Right, okay. So it's the new Katie page. Do you know that? It actually says Katie something Rach was saying earlier on.
Do you write in the comments if you can, if you know it?
I don't know it. I just heard
Right,
Rach
no, that's
saying
cool, that's
it
cool.
in the live tonight, yeah.
Yeah, Rachie, rate it in the comments for them.
She don't know it. She just said, but she don't. She don't remember how it exactly comes.
No, they were there in mine as well, but they're not there any longer.
Yeah, there you go. And you've nothing to do with it, like only till tonight.
Well,
KT and K2.
K2.
Is that the new one, Rachie?
That's
I'm
what
just
I am.
I'm going to screenshot it just in case.
they've got accounts KDill.
And how do you know this information? Are you a friend of the people that are on here, or?
She was friends with them as in real life, like she lived beside them.
Okay.
Her partner,
and she's shared a lot of stories tonight.
Her partner Triggered met Kane in a course, a domestic course or something. But
Right,
she also explained about that little boy. It wasn't just a little tap on the head. She knows.
Of course, was it in the UK or was it in Ireland?
In the UK, yeah, in the UK.
So that is a course that you go through over there in order to deal with.
Yeah, but that was the course was to do with against her, I think, wasn't it, guys?
Their partners were doing it. So Kane and Rachel's partner were doing it for domestic violence. Yeah. Sorry, TV, yeah.
Sorry, if there's anybody in the UK that's on here right now, you do realise that you can actually check his name up under Claire's Law.
I looked it up the other day, Goody, and it has now to be done within writing.
Yes, you go into any police station, you give his name.
Can I explain about the Claire's Law in this country?
I do understand it completely. I actually, with a friend of mine that's an advocate for DV up in the north. So she deals with it constantly.
The thing is, though, I try to do Claire's Law on Sunday myself, but the police wouldn't give me the information. It went to the partner of the person they were with.
Yes, that is in some circumstances, but you can also ask about the the well-being of that person. Is it good for them to be around that person? And they'll give you you're not allowed to share that information, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Giddy, we know this. There's already proof because there's an admission there. Stella, I don't know if you can put it up. There's an admission for what he did. He admitted to losing his temper after coming off broccoli, and he slapped the kid around the back of the head. And apparently, by Rachie, who's in the comments, by the way, is somebody that was like a neighbour or something to them, and she knows everything. And he hit the kid over the back of the head, and the kid fell forward and smashed his head into railings or something metal thing in front of him. Like,
He fell out the back door.
and he's admitted that. There's proof there to show that he's admitted that, and also at the same time threatened to unalive her daughter through putting his hands into
Scotty, she's here. She's in the live.
Yeah, well, I'm glad she is. Why don't you come up and defend yourself, love?
Because
Why
I
don't you come
had
up?
0 followers,
Not defend.
Well, there is no defend. No, there is no defend. But why are you still with this man when you could potentially, in a long years, get your life back?
Okay, guys, is this person in the live right now?
Yeah, because in Geraldine's live the other night, it joined and I had K, and this one that joined, I clicked on, I had 0 followers, 0 following, and then the K.
Are you talking about Geraldine as in Geraldine?
No, my friend Geraldine.
Lily, oh, you weren't here. She was here earlier on. She done a live on it all the other night as well. But now one of them, Kane or Katie, has joined on that K account.
Is it the pink K?
Well, just to let you know, I don't know if you want to say it, Giddy, but you're about to be exposed all over.
You're about to be exposed. Like, just have a look at me following whoever it is that's looking in, because your picture is going to go viral tomorrow. If you look at me first 3 posts, you can see there's 720,000 people that viewed it to 500,000 that have viewed it, and you're going to be viewed by the weekend out. You're going to have about 500,000 people that are going to know exactly what you've done and who you are.
And as you're late to the party, Katie, again, I've put my passports up all the way back to prove that I'm not that Stephen.
If you are Katie and you are listening in, I can't believe you tried to do people and you actually talked to me while you were being angry in the council and not wanting to leave. I actually tried to help you in some sort of manner, thinking that you were real. And I'm just after being proved here tonight that you're not. And believe me, take me word for it, you picked the worst enemy you could have. Especially on this platform.
Scotty, check your WhatsApp.
Yeah, I've just seen it come through, mate. I don't have Giddy on WhatsApp. Giddy don't give his WhatsApp out to anybody, so...
I don't go on groups. They don't work.
I think the same. I believe that as well. I think group chats and all don't work a lot of the time.
It's not that. I've got 2 platforms that work. There's 3 of us that actually do it. There's me, Boots, and there's Derek Mousy Wright. And the 3 of us, well, we're not keen on exposing people. We have exposed people for DV in the past. And we have got another guy, he's called Dickie Murphy, believe it or not. I know it sounds like a funny name. But see that guy, he is absolutely dangerous. Yeah. He will absolutely out you for anything and everything about you. I'm actually going to get in touch with him and see if he will actually do it. He's very ruthless at the way he does it. He done it to one guy and he got his address, he got everything about him, he found out where he was, pictures of him, and actually the woman that was involved, the bruises and everything that that happened to her. Okay. So he's quite involved with it. So there's somebody that I could look at, and I'm going to ask, you know, Dirty Girl, anybody? Vanessa, her name is. She actually deals with DV up in the north, so she deals with people with DV all the time.
Do you reckon they're going to try that, guys? Do you reckon they could end up in Northern Ireland? Or are they going to risk it there now?
It wouldn't matter. She's an advocate for it, so she pushed.
No, I'm just thinking, because when you mentioned Northern Ireland there, if they don't want to go technically back to England side of the UK, Northern Ireland, I don't think they'll last long there, because English accents don't last well in Northern Ireland.
Dottie, I'll tell you something. We actually do have an official person in Northern Ireland who have circulated their details to all the councils already.
Okay, brilliant.
I know I would know so many people in the north that I talk to on a daily basis.
Well, Geraldine, who was on before Triggered, she's from that area and she knows a lot of people, and one of them just happens to be like a housing official, and we spoke a couple of days ago, and then today before the live, he doesn't want his name obviously on the live, he didn't want to bring himself up.
This lady that I'm speaking about, host, is one of the organisers of the marches that happen up in the north.
No, Geraldine doesn't do that now. So my friend Geraldine, so we got a hold of this person. We told him everything a couple of days ago. We spoke to him today. I said, do you want to come in the live? He said, no, because he's employment, his official status. He said, I don't want to end today right in the live, but I have circulated the details up north. So if we can come up here, we already know about them.
Well, look, the north, south, east, west, it doesn't matter. Even in the UK, we've got people in Bradford, we have people in Manchester, we have people in Liverpool, we have people in Wales.
Well,
London.
she's from Bradford.
Sorry, I meant if they come to there to ask for housing. We've got people.
Triggered, if you don't mind me asking you, right?
Yeah.
Has this happened to you before? Where, say, you've helped someone, like where herself the other day with the council and all, right? Have you helped anyone before like this where it turned out to be like lying?
There's actually documented evidence on YouTube of myself and Mousy going out into Dublin City Centre and giving people vouchers and trying to help them the best we can. And
No, but like, has it ever turned out like this that the people were actually lying to you?
No, I've never had that before, no.
Yeah,
No.
I was wondering that, like, it's crazy.
Genuine people, you see, the thing is, it's not that I don't judge anybody, you get me? And the thing is, I wouldn't have known this without Scotty telling me, okay? Yeah. And I'm glad that he did, because it's a real eye-opener that people would do such a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you've got to remember one thing, guys. Every one of us nearly in the box here has fell for their shit. So their tactics are working, as in, like, they're going to pull people in, and they're going to keep doing that. Whether this is going to be account hopping from them or this or that, I don't know. But already there's 200 quid they've took out of Wexford, and that's just what we know of.
I know.
A bag full of food from another girl, and like the whole lot. Like, me personally, once they're trapped and they can't go anywhere because their face is everywhere, that to me is game over for them.
Well, I was actually keeping this up my sleeve, but I knew they were near enough to Waterford, okay? And some of the lads that are over there that we know from the marches, I was actually talking to one that would have probably been getting them a 2-bedroom apartment up in Waterford.
I offered them.
Now that's not going to go through.
I offered. Listen to this, right? I'm paying 225 quid a week cash for the last year where I am, and I've just got my forever home by the council, and I'll be getting the keys. And I said to them, listen, when I leave, it's expensive, but I'll let you stay here. I know that the landlord will let you. And I was gonna, oh my God, and there's kids. But listen, I rent off Travellers, and I guarantee.
They fucked up your good name, though.
Oh well, listen, yeah, but that's the best I could do for them is, I guarantee, like, basically, I'll be out of here. I'll be out of here in 2 weeks, maximum 2 weeks. Maybe this time next week I'll be in my new place. I don't know, but I'm telling you, I said I will tell my landlord I've got somebody to come in here straight away and take it off me.
Aren't you lucky that you didn't?
Well, I am, but do you know what? I rent off Travellers. I don't think they would.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, these people will go in and destroy. And the way it is, that guy, whether you travel or not, he's going to contact you and say, I thought you trust these people.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And you're getting the backlash of somebody that they can't.
Yeah, but that's the kind heart, mate. That's what good people.
Yeah, I understand. Listen, Scotty, I totally understand where you're coming from. That's what I'm saying. Never been born that way, and I hope that I wouldn't. Because Jenny Wayne, we try to go after people to help people that are in real need.
Yeah.
Be from.
Can I jump in a sec? You mentioned Waterford, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she apparently had family in Waterford, and that's why she was trying to get her Irish citizenship, because apparently she's got a family there.
Her fucking name is not Irish, bro. Her last name is.
I know that.
It'd be very hard for her to do anything in Waterford at the moment because.
And Giddy, I'll text you their full names. I'll text you their full names on here. So you know that's their full names. I don't think
it's a very it's not a big city, it's a small city, yeah, and it's a small community as well, and your name goes around like wildfire in that city, okay? Especially
like here, it's the same here because it's so small.
Yeah, and I tell you something, Wexford has become fucking rough in the last few years.
Yeah,
in my opinion, I like when I look at the news, I'm seeing mad stuff that you would see in Dublin happening in Wexford Town. Like would you say that, Sunshine? You live there.
The Dublin people are moving out into different areas of Ireland. So
Look at that. Look, if you want to screenshot the name there, Giddy. I didn't put it, but
I personally wouldn't, Scotty, because I don't really like. I don't know. I think it's more rugs than anything else.
Yeah.
I would walk now. Say if I had to, I'd leave here and walk, say, to my mum's or whatever. I wouldn't really be afraid.
Are you in town centre though, or are you?
No, I'm like about 15 minutes up from the town, but like where I am, it's so quiet. Yeah.
Is that her name, Katie Honey?
Yes. Yeah. No. She's got another alibi. Oh, right. There's the two names because I knew her by the Stillings. Yeah. So just take a picture of that, Giddy. That's their true name. You look them up on Facebook and you'll see everything, mate.
Yeah, but lads, did you notice on his Facebook it says he's single now?
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
It's always said he's single.
Oh, was it?
I don't think they're going to last too long, to be fair, and I don't think they're going to want to stay in this country for too much longer because I can assure that like people won't stand for that. I know a lot of people that won't stand for this.
But Giddy, what we predict is right because think about this: they've gone from let's say Liverpool, Manchester area. And their first place to go was Galway. And you know yourself, you can't get much fucking west than Galway. Like.
Well,
so they've gone to the...
I'm from Manchester, Scotty, and as you know, I spent 20 years there. So
yeah, but imagine going from Manchester to... Like, you can't get any further west than Galway before you become American. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, but you see, the rule over here is, yeah...
I think they were exposed in Galway and have ran to wet. Why would you go if you lost your house and everything? Would you not, if things didn't work out in Galway County, wouldn't you move to the next county and say, "Oh, we'll try it here"? Why would you go from Galway to fucking Wexford, Waterford? Like,
what I'll explain to you here is, yeah, I think this is exactly what happened. They thought that they'd take a whim of coming here, and they went to the council, and then they realised all the councils will only put you in a B&B for a short period of time. Especially around the country areas, okay? And what happened is they got a cushy one here and there and a bad one here and there, but they realised they couldn't stay in that actual place for any long amount of time. And they're bouncing from county to county, thinking if they argue, they try getting away, they might fall and land on a house or an apartment.
Yeah.
Which they won't, okay?
Well, not by the council anyway. Because you can't, you know yourself, you can't just present yourself to any other council and say, "Oh, if you're not on that list, they have no duty of care for you."
I'm in Dublin, okay, and if I was to go to Wexford tomorrow, they tell me to go back to Dublin.
Exactly, because you're not even on the list. They have no duty of care for you, and that's it. The only duty of care that you get, as in like let's say emergency accommodation, is if you're on the list. And accepted on the list of the county council.
He told me that he doesn't want a council house. He told me on the live that if he worked, that he would make $2,000 or something in his job, and that, remember I was telling you, is that if he'd done a few weeks work, that he'd be able to hand a landlord 3 months, 2 months rent and a month's deposit, and no landlord would turn the cash down.
Lies though, because he worked for BT. And I have a recording, I have a screen recording, and I'll send it to you, a coffee cup, on WhatsApp. I have a recording of him talking. Right, okay, this is a strange one. I don't know if you probably do have it yourself. They were talking. Katie was live, and he was in the background talking to somebody, and whether he was on the phone or face to face, I don't know. But in the background, he was like, "I used to work for BT," and I have that, so I will show that. He doesn't work any longer. And God bless you as well, Sunshine, because you invited them and said, "Come up in the daytime and work from here." Now, if that was your way out of this shit that they're in, wouldn't you jump at that opportunity and say, "I'll be there at 9 o'clock"?
Saying that though, Scotty, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like,
no, I feel sorry that you gave your address to them. They won't do nothing to you. I'm not making you feel like they won't.
I was nervous because I think that the reason why as well is kind of like she took maybe a little bit advantage because I told her that I was on my own, my son, because my partner, my son's dad passed away 2.5 years ago. And I think she said in her head, "Oh wait, she's on her own up there." Do you know what I mean? And my son is nearly 15. But I think she said, like, look, she feels sorry for us now and she's going to continue helping us.
Yeah.
Sunshine, whereabouts are you?
Wexford Town.
I'm only 15-minute walk from where they are with their tent.
Well, I'll put it this way to you, right? In Wexford Town, like, I do all the marches. I do all, you know, like the protesting against the iPad centres and things like that. So I'm quite connected all over the country. So if you do have any bother, please do drop me a line.
But the first night though triggered, I said, oh my God, like my neighbours, right, are old. Like they're all old. And like, I love it here. And like, I'm never going to move from here basically. There is cameras and stuff as well. But I just, for the first time since my partner passed away, I said, oh my God, I'll admit it, I was actually a little bit scared.
I'd never be scared of people like that. Them people don't scare. Well, I know as a man I'm saying that, but they don't scare me, and they really like. I'd love to be able to say a lot of things on here, but I can't.
Giddy, could I ask you a question though? Because this happened to them the other day. But you're going around Dublin in the daytime, let's say, doing your normal shit. How bad of an argument would you have to see between a man and a woman before you intervene for the woman?
Yeah,
no, what I do is it wouldn't have to be an intervention at all. It'd be simply, I'd stand there and I'd say, look, we'll get the guards and we'll sort this out. And I know people go, oh no, don't, because that's a rat. You're ratting. You're not ratting on a fucking man that hits a woman. You're not.
I know that, but I mean, like, if I was walking down the street and I seen a man and a woman having a disagreement now, I'd walk past it. But there must have been some kind of something from him for somebody to intervene and say, hey, and then box the head off him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, did he do something to her on that quay in Wexford? Like, on a sunny day.
If she's only after dropping a child, why is he arguing with her in the first place?
Oh, they were caught. Because they were caught. They'd lost their accommodation. Because I think on that Friday...
what she's gone through, and if she's had a C-section, and she's only out of the hospital, and he's intending to hit her, okay? Like, that's sick in my eyes. You know what I mean?
Right, but I think from the Friday when they showed up to Wexford County Council, I think they emergency accommodated until the Monday. And that was it. And they knew that their time was numbered after the Monday. Now, I know, because I can't see, how did they get, like, you have to be referred, I believe, to that hostel. And
they're referral from the actual council, won't they?
Yeah, well, I would have thought that because listen,
it's not an obligation to help.
When I rang Wexford County Council and said my landlord's selling up, I need accommodation, they said, well, we can put you in a B&B. I said, I'm just going to private rent. It doesn't matter. I'm not going in a B&B. And the woman said to me, you're lucky, she said, because if you was a single man, you'd be sent to Osmond House and that's it.
Like, I'll say something here. Just 1 second and I'll tell you something here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say something to you guys, right? The councils are told to do that when you get evicted from your property, okay? They're told to make it like it's doom and gloom for you. They're told to do that, okay? And there's a reason behind that. It's like giving you a kick up the hole to go and get your own accommodation because they don't want to get it for you. But also, they can't leave you homeless because you were in accommodation and you didn't make yourself homeless.
Well, you say that, Giddy, but in the council's eyes, the last year, I am homeless. They don't know that I'm renting 220 quid cash a week. You know what I mean? They don't know that.
I understand what you're saying.
I don't mind. The year's gone past and I'm fucking delighted now I've got my forever home. That's it. I'm done. From 800 quid a month to about 240 a month. Come on.
Yeah, it's all day long. Jesus, I wish you all the best with it. But what I'm saying to you about these people, right? All the councils, you need to, like, me personally, this is what my personal preference will be. There's 26 councils in the whole of Ireland. I'm going to make it my business to email them a picture of these people, their names, and advise them beforehand of what they've done. And every council that they do end up at, they will have information on these people when they come in.
Yeah, that would be really
Rachi, I invited you up.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you're on board, Giddy, to be fair. I'm glad you're on board.
One thing that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to get them out there to let people, the general public, know that they're a danger to children and they're a danger to each other. And probably, you don't know what, if he's capable of hitting a woman that's only had a baby.
Do you want to show, Stal, could you show the picture of the DV, what he done to her? This was on a public platform as well, Giddy, so it's not...
Trigger, She had the baby in January.
I know it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. Like I feel sick to be gut to know that a man could even do that to any woman in any way, whether she's been pregnant or not.
Yeah. No, cause I just want Giddy to see. I want to see. Show him some more of this shit. Look, there we go. That's what he done to her, and that's her on the picture, and that's on a public platform. It's you know, it's disgusting. The DV that they, and that's why he was on a course, and they thought they were clever, getting pregnant and then running to Ireland, thinking, "Oh, we'll be safe over there." No, social services, thank God, did the right thing and made Tussler aware of them. And the minute, imagine going to birth and being trapped in like a prison, giving birth. The minute the baby comes out, gone, took off you. No.
Listen, to be honest, I'm glad that child is taken away from them to not see that sort of shit around them.
Yeah, me too.
You've two English children being brought up in Ireland now, right? And this is the thing, Giddy, because look at one of her posts on her Facebook, on her TikTok. It says, we've been told that we should go back to the UK and abandon our children. Well, you've abandoned fucking 4 others back home. 3 others, like.
I'll just say something to you here now, right? Myself and the other lads, we've been trying to put one of these, you know, things together to catch out, you know, the PDF people and all that, yeah? Unfortunately, I'm not fit for it because I just couldn't hold myself back.
Exactly.
And the same goes for DV. I can promise this guy, yeah? If I ever bump into you, I'm going to hit you whole with my hands, bro. And I'm not going to let you back up.
TikTok shop.
Yep, TikTok shop, get it.
Right, guys,
Is there a chance I can speak?
1 second, because Sunshine's just leaving.
Oh, no, I'm just going to drop down because Rach wants to come up, and triggered Rachel was her friend, like that lived beside her.
Yeah, okay.
Right, I'm going to stay in the comments, guys, but thank you.
Sunshine, you're a legend. God bless.
Right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the information, Sunshine.
Listen, guys, I was born in England, but raised in South Africa. I've been in Ireland for 9 years. I've never received welfare. I've never received HAP. Okay? And I
think that you're being trolled here.
Sorry?
Yeah, I don't think that's I don't think it's relevant to what we're talking about. But there's another one. Can we get any more up? Just flick through a few, Stal, if you don't mind. Just because Giddy missed probably the start of this. I just wanted to see some of the evidence and shit, like, because it's bad, Giddy. It's even worse than what you think, mate. I'm telling you, his admissions to doing that to a child, and his excuse was that because he was coming off broccoli, he lost his temper. I'm sorry.
Listen, come here. Look, at the end of the day, all that sort of shit, like, as regards to losing your temper, or you feel sorry for yourself, crying, whinging, go doing yourself in. I've seen and heard it all before, yeah? And like I've said already, I've been in situations with people with DV, and I've pleaded with the woman to get them arrested, but in some circumstances, they won't.
Rachie wants to...
I have invited you.
Yep, so Giddy, Rachie is somebody that lived by them in England and knows exactly what happened with them and the children. It's disgusting. This is real life people.
Has Rachie got enough followers there to come in?
Yeah. She's been in before. She's trying to get in now. She's an
Yes, the cuddling guests at the bottom, and you come up.
She's been going into a lot of live all day. Are you on about Katie?
Olive, I know Olive. She does be in on my live sometimes, listening in.
Are they on about the Katie one, or because I didn't? Well, if they've locked that original account, I wouldn't know. They have blocked me on this account, Scotty D, but I've got another account called.
Sorry, Olive, have you actually can you put in the comments there? Have you actually seen these people in and out of different lives? And is it anybody that I'd know? I'm actually very interested to find out who it is.
Yeah.
Right, so Rachel knows them in real life, Trigger.
Okay.
In real life.
Can you hear us? Yeah, you can hear you now.
Go ahead, Rachie.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Martin. I'm Rachel's partner.
Okay.
We live in England.
Bradford.
In Bradford. We didn't live round the corner from him. I first met Kane through actually doing the perpetrator's domestic abuse course. So we've had our children removed. We've now got them back. We worked very hard to change ourselves round. And I met Kane when I was doing what he called the DAP course, but basically that was domestic abuse. It's called Maze over here, and that's for people who have been domestically abusive. I was a perpetrator,
Reggie, I totally understand where you're going with this, and I know what it is. I know what the courses is. But this man is fueled by violence. Okay?
Yeah, can I just explain a little bit? Because I just want to kind of let people know and aware of what he's like and what the situation is as well, where we've tried to help them. Because it might open it up for other people as well then. So, like I said, I've met him through that course. I completed the course successfully. Me and Rachel, we were both perpetrators and we were both abused. You know, we did it to each other. We've worked very hard. We've got us kids back. But all throughout that course, he was engaging but not engaging. He was listening to what I was saying, then twisting, turning to make it suit his needs on that course. They could see through him and see what it was all about, and he didn't complete the course.
At the end of that course,
they said he was still a danger and he was still a risk. They then went on to have another child. Was it Aurora that she was pregnant with? Yeah. And they had Aurora removed. That they fled to Ireland just before, didn't they? 39 week pregnant. They fled to Ireland.
Forget about Ireland. Forget about Ireland. What? Because your Mrs. Rachel has been saying a lot about the police was there when. Like a lot of times, like he continued to still DV her.
Yeah, it was still being abusive, and this is what I was going on to say. So I've tried to give people a bit of a background about us because we tried to help Katie leave him. We supported her moving to a hotel. Social services in this country put her up in a hotel. We went and booked it through our bank account, so he wasn't aware of what was going to happen. And tried to keep it all hush-hush so she could move away. And within how long?
About 2 days.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 days, she were back with him. And what I'm trying to say as well in this, people, is the fact that Katie is not as innocent either, because she would to keep taking him back, because I do believe she's under his spell. And he's obviously quite a bad domestic abuser, and he still continues to do so. I mean, whilst Rachel...
Sorry, Rachel, can I just put something to this, what you're saying here, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, right, in the UK, the police come down hard on it over there, and they have things in place for it, to remove people and kind of, separate them. But over here, unfortunately, the Garda don't have them sort of powers. The only person that can actually do him is her, okay? It doesn't matter even if I sit there and I watch what happens.
So she can't actually get him removed or anything then, or is it down to her?
She can.
Removed from where though in Ireland? They haven't got nothing. They're in a tent.
No, but do you know what I mean? Because she's just not wanting to, she won't leave him, and this is the problem she's going to continue to carry on.
Yeah, look at the Gardaí message there. Gardaí have sworn at me last night and tried to provoke me into an argument. Apparently, they don't give a F about... I can't see it all fully, Stella.
The Garda don't give you housing. That's number one.
But that's the thing, because at the bottom it says refuse to help. If the guards don't house you, they're criminal.
They can go to GSOC all they want. They're wasting their breath.
Yeah.
And third of all, if they did go to GSOC, it would overcome on them. They would have the full rigours of the law.
Just 1 second, Scotty, there's a treasure box up there that you asked for.
I raided it, bro. I think, oh, wait, is it another one?
Name's that there.
Wait. Oh, I got 2 coins this time. Yeah, I've got 3 coins, so I'll send them back to you, bro. I will send them back to you.
I raided your second one.
All we're saying is just watch out.
Yeah, that's all we're trying to say. Just that the fact is that Kate is not as innocent. They're both dangerous to kids. And he was still trying to get her pregnant after they've had the next child removed. They keep continuing to have children removed from their care.
She'll have another thing.
And yeah, she'll be pregnant again before long.
Can I ask you a question, Richie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, obviously we know that Katie's had 5 kids.
Yeah.
Now, there's something in the pipeline about this female that Kane was with. who apparently had 2 children already and had a child with him.
No.
They went into care as well, or is that wrong?
No, that Jamie.
Yeah, she had 3 children.
Yeah, but there were Jamie. Which one, Kate? Is that
No.
another lady's
Yeah.
baby? And that baby's been adopted now.
Yeah, but when they were living in this country, she had 3 children.
Yeah.
And they were taken into care. She still had them in her care when Kane moved in.
Yeah.
And then they were
I'm
taken out of
on about his previous relationship.
Yeah, he has. He's got another.
Oh, yes,
he's got another son who's
Yeah.
adopted now, and then
Sorry, yeah.
I believe he's got another daughter, but I believe she's passed away.
Yeah.
I believe she has, but I definitely know he's got one child who's been adopted in the UK, and he's called Jamie, and he's about 3-4 year old.
Yeah, and the woman that he had that child with, did she not have other children?
I think I'm not 100% sure.